Hey gang! Give me a sec. How? Oh, music's not playing. Give me a sec. That's not working either. Interesting. How's that? How are you guys doing? Wolfie, hello! Squeak, Bach, and Splashes. Hey gang! Command out. Oh, true, actually, huh? Frick it, I'll add it now. New custom command. Artfight. Global, anyone can do it. Where's my Artfight profile? There we go. Try that. But yeah, how's everybody doing on this fine, lovely day? Nice. Let me know how the music is, by the way, gang. I'm making an updated riff sheet for this girly because high-key, I feel like her current image that I have available is just not very good. Now we'll do this one. Or even better, can I get a radio from this? A mix, I guess? Well, we'll see if that works. Fart fight. Yo, Embers, how's it going? And, Wolfie, doing good. How about you? I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired. Shocking statement from local tired person. Nobody shocked. But not terrible. Kind of just been chilling today. Taking it easy, helping, my flatmate with a project that they're doing. So did that a little bit. Yeah, kind of taking it chill. And now just sort of was trying to figure out what, like, to draw. And I was looking at my art fight, and I was like, man, this girly, her ref sheet is a bit subpar, so that's what I'm working on. Are you guys going to be doing art fight this year? I forget if I asked already. Kit tired? Fork found in kitchen, legit. I looked into Artfight the other day, and after blowing off some of the thick layer of dust coating everything, I realized I never submitted that attack on your character ask, and I fear it would violate the rules if I submit it this year. Yeah, I think it would be. Though, I do have it saved. I remember you sent it to me, because you never finished it or something. And I was like, Slay, I'm keeping that still, because it was very cute. But yeah, no, unfortunately the rules are very much the, you know, the year is the year that you do it, and otherwise L. Which, like, I understand from a rules perspective, but I know that there's a lot of people who don't finish them on time, and then, like, you can't submit them anymore. Maybe we thumbnail this a little. Feet Inspector Toe Beans. Hello, Feet Inspector 96. How are you doing? Apparently I have no toe beans, but I do got paw beans. Just holding my little pen as I draw. Not officially, but I might draw cool things for cool people I know, like usual, outside of the context of the context. Very valid. Have you participated before? Like, are you taking a gap year, or have you just not participated before? Realistic poor emoji. How do we feel about the rule no tracing even 3D models which you produce yourself for the express purpose of being a reference for your drawing? I don't actually remember if I read the rules properly. Yeah, but from my understanding, the interpretation of the rules is as a drawing aid, where, like, for example, if I had this cat and the cat looked like this, and then I go over it and I'm like, okay, head for proportions, and then I go like that, that's fine. I think the vibe is like you can't make a 3D model and then trace literally and directly over that. Was kind of the way that I think a lot of people, including the people on the site, have interpreted it. Which I think is honestly, like, it's really hard to make rules that work for everyone. It's a huge website. There are hundreds of thousands of players, so you kind of have to make general broad sweep ones, like rules. I think overall it probably prevents more, like, you know, prevents more, issues than creates them. Because high key, when you're referencing, like, tracing directly over is not often a thing you do. Like, you can do, but, like, again, there's sort of a difference between, like, oh, let me sketch out the rough kind of proportions and then actually tracing, like, to the bone exactly the same thing. I've never participated. It doesn't seem fun to me when it's so rule heavy. That's valid. Honestly, I found that for me personally, the rules, I don't know, like, I guess there are rules, but it's usually just, like, more about the categorization than anything else, which is also very finicky. I don't envy them for that either. Um, yeah, momentous task trying to set that sort of thing up. I'd also feel hell bad if I did a lot of attacks and got none in return. Yeah, that's never a fun feeling for sure. Um, though, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, trying to remember what my first year was. I think honestly, you're almost guaranteed to always get an attack back. Um, and I think the other thing is like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like kind of being like, oh well, actually, this. I don't mean to invalidate the vibes that you have because they are very valid, and I also would hate it if I did a bunch of attacks and got absolutely none in return. Um, that would not be very fun. So the fear is valid. I feel like I understand the tracing gripe to be more plagiarism stuff. I reckon tracing from a drawing aid is fine. Because under that rule, my 2024 attack from the map would be illegal this year because of the revolver model I made for it. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the nice thing about the rules is that it doesn't disqualify previous, like, things. But yeah, you would probably be more inclined to actually have to just learn to draw the revolver or just actually have it as a 3D model at that point, I guess. Yeah. Are you planning on participating this year? I remember last year you didn't seem to. The backlash made them change it. Yeah, did they just clarify it better or what? Hmm. Originally it was pretty hardline, right? So it is just amended now, right? Yeah, the drama over that rule is what really turned me off maybe doing it this year, not gonna lie. Even if they walked it back, the damage was done and I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, I'm gonna be so real, gang. I did not engage in any of the drama. I hikey didn't even know it was drama until I heard people talking about it in the Discord server that I'm in. Um, don't know. I mean, I'm glad that if enough people felt strongly about it, they like undid it, I guess. But I don't know. I fear that Artfight always has drama, and it's very regularly not from the side of the website. It's from the side of the users. That's the main thing I don't like. I think it's very valid to be upset about that rule if it affects you though. Like, but I mean, I remember like once somebody had told me it was happening, I looked into it and there were people being like, "Oh, this has ruined Artfight forever," and it's like, gang, it's not that deep. They'll change it or they won't. I think I'm just thinking more about like I don't know, TikTok drama type shit, where it's kind of everything's taken as very world ending, when sometimes it's a matter of fact of just being like, hey gang, actually that is not the vibe. But man, I remember last year there was drama over like people not liking mass attacks. They're like, oh, mass attacks are bad. It's like, why? Why has the internet decided that mass attacks are bad? The fuck are you on about? That pissed me off. I was like, this just feels like nonsense for no reason, honestly. Like, if you don't want to be part of a mass attack, then just say that in your global permissions. I don't know. God, I'm struggling with her shape. Thinking about it, but also quite low energy. That's valid. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do this year, because, like, I'm obviously gonna have been under surgery for a bit. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, part of me is like, oh wow, you're gonna have so much time to draw because you're gonna be literally doing nothing in bed for a few weeks. Well, you know what I mean. And then the other half of me is like, yeah, but if you're just like in pain, you're not gonna wanna draw, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. So I'm planning on taking it easy. Um, Also, Embers, thank you for the 10 stream streak. Welcome. And welcome? Man, can you tell I didn't get a lot of sleep last night? My vibes are also whack. Yeah, God knows. But honestly, Wolfie, I like the idea of just doing art for like your friends for the sake of doing art for your friends. I think that's very wholesome, and very sweet, and like a good way of, I guess, still participating in the spirit of the thing without really just like having to directly engage with it. On that note, by the way, you should frickin' you should post reference sheets of your characters for stuff for no particular reason. I would have had any to post. I hate doing reference sheets. That's so fucking real. Gray Stripe Streamer Pog, Crocswearer, Bowler username, dude. Welcome in. How are you doing? Also, Warrior Cats reference question mark? Like, when either is a little doodle or a full-on piece that tells a story. Riff sheets are neither. That's valid. I mean, I've started doing the thing where, like, complex riff sheets I don't like doing really at all. But I do, like, doodle riff sheets, where it's, like, you know, it's not, like, a highly finished piece that's, like, a clean line art and blah, blah, blah. But it's enough for people to get, like, the vibes, you know? Like the pony one I did the other day. That wasn't like the cleanest. But it's enough for people to like look at it and be like, ah, yes, I can understand the sort of vibe that that the character is about. I found it to be my in between, because I also usually only do like big complicated movie pieces, or just like, I don't know, I like drawing characters standing a bunch too, but it's just like when you're doing a reference sheet for other people especially, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do it. Ref sheets take a lot of mental oomph, and I fear I don't always have it. What team are y'all on if you all are participating? I was gonna be doing... I ended up going with Team Tragedy. Originally I was really stuck between Team Comedy and Team Tragedy. Team Mystery did not have a lot of appeal to me. It felt like very, like unrelated to the other two. I know a lot of people really like it, but it was just like, I don't really see the... Like, Tragedy and Comedy have such a, like, energy together, you know what I mean? Like, that is a duo, and then Mystery is kind of just there on the side, and it's like kind of got less to do with it. So I wasn't super drawn to that. And I was really unsure on whether to do Comedy or Tragedy, because I think both are quite cute as themes. I really liked the profile image for Comedy. I really liked the Artfight like sheet that you can fill out for Tragedy. I thought the art for that was way cuter. So I couldn't really even pick just based on the art. And then I asked other people, and people were like, you should do Tragedy. And I was like, okay. So that's why I chose Tragedy. I kind of let other people pick for me. To be honest, I would have probably let the site choose for me if I hadn't made a choice. But I wanted to have stuff ready before the July event began, so that's why. Comedy, Tragedy, Teriyaki. Should have been Comedy, Tragedy, Apathy. That could have been kind of cool. Or like, I don't know, some other fucking, any other like theater like genre. Mystery is just very bizarre. I don't know. I still think the 3 themes is kind of cute. It's a fun gimmick for their 10-year anniversary. So yeah, I can't be too mad. Shout out to Amazon for sending me the Sun Trail from the Dawn of the Clans arc with no dust cover at all, which is why I bought a hardcover. Bruh, can you get a refund? That sucks ass. That's honestly so shit though, man. I'm sorry to hear it. They're gonna praise that it's a perfect 33.33% split to each team though. I'm not sure if it... I'm pretty sure Mystery was way lower last time I checked. I know at the beginning it shows you 33.33, but if you go to join a team, I think it gives you... Oh my god, wait, do they? Yeah. Oh, maybe not. I remember seeing like the active stats before I chose like the numbers. Like when you go to the main page it says 33.33, but I think that's not the split, that's like the points ratio so far, if that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out where I remember seeing the actual stats of the joined people. I don't know if I can see it anymore now that I've joined a team. Brother, how do I pick? How do I find? Whatever. Anyway, last I checked, it was, if you go to join a team now, splashes, can you see it? I don't know, there was like a different area where they showed you the numbers, and I remember that Mystery had the least, Comedy had the most, and Tragedy was second, but like quite close to Comedy. I've never done a ton of serious drifts because I'm cool with people getting small details and colors kind of wrong, as long as they're giving me free art. That's valid. High key, that's why Sona's reference sheet is basically the entire thing, her saying, the design can change. Like, I don't mind. Most of my characters, I have that as like a note underneath them. I have draw them however. Like, there's like, as long as they're recognizable, you can change things about them. That's literally it. Because honestly, there's a bunch of things like stylistically that just, you can't keep perfect every time, right? Well, to be fair, they're sending a replacement, but using the same provider, so I hope the provider just doesn't do it again, because, like, what if they didn't have it before? Why would they have it now? It could have been ripped or fallen off or something, but yeah, I hope it is just that, and they're not just, like, insane and didn't send you the dust cover. But to be fair, if they're sending a replacement based on that complaint, I'm sure, hopefully, they'll put in the effort to, like, make sure it's okay. Fingers crossed. I feel like this looks like a different ass cat. Yeah, fix it. I haven't actually read any of the new Warriors series, to be honest. I think I have kind of been keeping up to date with everything via like forums and people telling me about it and like animation maps and stuff. Is the are the newer arcs any good? From a reading perspective? Obviously from a fan art perspective, everyone has been eating that shit up. It's been awesome. Sona confused. Oh, okay, it's like 10k-ish fewer on Team Mystery than the other two. No, not even that much actually. Comedy, mystery, yeah. Yeah, mystery is the lowest. My son has like a bunch of stars and gradients, and if I forced anyone to standardize that, I think they'd have an aneurysm. You send them a full star map and tell them to study up. Legit. Yeah, I don't even have that many complicated characters, to be honest. And though my most complicated, it's kind of like, gang, if like the vibe is close enough, I don't mind. I really don't. Okay. I'm trying to think of any OCs that I have that are like actually complex. I think maybe Jasper has the most spots. But I'm a big fan. No, you know what? Captain is probably the most complicated. But I love a simple design. Honestly, I feel like I love it when people post their really overly complicated characters because they look gorgeous, and every time I see them, I'm like, wow, I would never draw them. They're a little too complicated. And I don't mean like, oh, they've got a complicated like jacket with a pattern on it. It's like when they're just like a billion fucking different things going on at once, and I'm like, this is so swag. And I don't even mean Sparkle Dog either. I'm trying to think if I can think of a single example like I can search up and find the result right now. You get the gist though. Well, I want to get back into it. I used to read it as a kid and wanted to get into the new arcs, so I've been buying them. Problem is the old illustrator I grew up with fucking died, so it's a lot harder to get the older covers now. Hence the issue with the dust cover, since I'm specifically going for the old covers. Yeah, R.I.P. that guy. Yeah. The new art seems pretty good. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but yeah, it's not the same. And sometimes you do want the you know the hit of childhood nostalgia, right? So I hope you have good luck. Op shops could be a good bet. Obviously they're not going to be pristine condition, but those all have the older covers on them, so could be a good bet. Sparkle Dog's my beloved, for real. I'm astounded I never actually met a Sparkle Dog OC. I was primed for making that, and I never ended up making one, like, then or now. Maybe I should. I love giving my characters little spikes, but that's not really what she looks like. Not me. Hey, draw all of my individual curls on the mane and give it a gradient. You forgot my wings. Where are my horns? I mean, to be fair, your guy isn't really that complicated. It's about more getting the vibes right? But, like, your dude really is more just curly. But, like, very simple color-wise. Like, has, like, what, 3 colors, not counting accents? Old fantasy covers are the best, and the new one's just like that oomph. In my opinion. Yeah. No, dude, I was looking at, I don't remember what I was looking at. I think I was looking at old, like, fantasy films from, like, the 80s and going, man, they don't do the shit like that anymore. You know, like, Foggy Swamp. When was the last time you saw a film with a foggy swamp the way that, like, those 80s films? I was watching The Princess Bride for the first time, and I thought, wow, this is, you know, never-ending story, labyrinth type shit. That shit's awesome. What was I searching up? I was trying to find if I could remember where I had some art of her. Because Heike, I don't think I uploaded it anywhere. You know what? Flip a clip. I think I had some animation of her in here. I have an OC for one, but only in concept. I have a section of OCs that are specifically Mary Sue core so I can self-indulge. Valid. Well, the poor emotes I never fucking finished for you, bro. My bad. Let's see. I never finished this animation, man. Do we have a front-on view of you, girl? Kind of just the line art, really. Unfortunate. Squeak feet spotted. Yes, feet, pause. Yeah, that was for a funny pause emote I joked I was gonna do, and then I was like, actually, animated pause is fucking hard, and then I never got around to it. My bad, my bad. So let me just clean my glasses real quick. I really regret buying these with the fucking lens, like, filters on them, because it just makes smudges appear way more, like, pronounced now, and I hate it with all my heart and being. What was I saying? Who opened the bog of eternal stench? So true. I agree, but to be fair, I was extremely bored trying to watch Excalibur. What the fuck you... Wait. Oh, what the fuck you actually grew... What the fuck you actually are one of these types of artists? I grew up watching stuff like this. I'm gonna be slightly... Oh, the session closed. Eh? Girl, I thought... Give me 1 second again. Give it a sec. Sorry, I didn't realize. There we go. Oh, like Warrior Cats animations? Yeah, Kit's a real one. Kit's a real one. Thank you. Yeah, no, I fear I was never doing it like during the peak when everyone else was doing it, if that makes sense. I grew up with a lot of Warrior Cats animations. I did participate in a few maps in my time, but they all kind of got abandoned, so I've never actually posted most of them. Like that one. The server's dead and no one replies, so I think it's just over, you know what I mean? But I do have some... I had one part posted on my YouTube for a different map. That one also got cancelled. I posted animation memes. They're not very good, but I did. They're on one of my YouTubes, I'm sure. But yeah. Are you from the North or South Island? New Zealand. What's the difference? Oh, true. I'm from the North Island. The main difference is population and climate. So the North Island has a way bigger population. It has the capital and also the biggest city in the country, which is, the capital is in Wellington, which is at the base of the North Island. And then the biggest city in the country is in Auckland, which is like a bit above the middle, like 2/3 up the North Island. Racism, Lamau. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not because the South Island is more rural. Unfortunately, it does tend to vote more conservatively and just be a higher population of older white people. Not entirely, but obviously the bigger and more connected a place is, the more likely it is to be like more liberal and less discriminatory, which means the North Island, with its bigger cities, capital, and population, it is just more, yeah, less racist. So yeah, I'd say those are the main differences. And the South Island, though I've never personally been, is beautiful. Gorgeous, a lot more nature because again it's more rural. North Island still has some very beautiful things, but it's a lot more developed, so I fear a lot of them feel like they've kind of gotten... Like, we don't have mountains, really, not the way that the South Island does, or like lakes the way the South Island does. But yeah, those are, I think, the main differences. What happened to my music? Oh, it just stopped. I'm from America, but from the East End, so we don't share an ocean. Technically, the ocean is all connected if you go far enough, so maybe we do share an ocean. Coyote, hello, I hope the Artfight Ref Sheet's making is going well. Hello! Dude, how you doing? And thank you. I'm currently struggling, but we're getting there, Are you participating in Artfight this year? You blew his shit smooth off, for real. We love to give our cats a big floofy. A big floof. The cheese stinking emoji? Yes, I'm currently making Artfight Ref Sheets myself. Oh, cute! What team are you on? And what characters are you making ref sheets for? I'm currently Team Tragedy. I was really stuck between tragedy and comedy, though. I really like both quite a lot. But I decided to let my friends pick for me, and they chose tragedy, so Team Tragedy I am. She's got like ear tufts. Do you have any specific worlds for your cat characters? I was working in a world where it's like Warriors mixed with the Stalker series, where it's warrior cats in a Chernobyl exclusion zone. That's so cool. I'm afraid I don't. Well, that's not even entirely true. They do kind of have a world. I'm just really bad at actually remembering to develop the world. Like I'm a big sucker of just like listening to music and being like, and what if I put my little guy in this situation, and then like animating in my head like a situation, and then that unironically determines the story more than like any story writing I actually do. But yeah, they do kind of exist in a world. They're not super developed, but this one is Mist Star. She's the most developed out of my lot. And she is the leader of Bramble Clan. I feel like every time I draw this guy, I go like, oh, guys, I'm going to talk about my OCs for the 5th time and not give any extra information, but shush, we ball. She's the leader of Bramble Clan, which is, they're all fictional clans. They don't take place in the traditional territories or anything. Basically the vibe is her clan got hella fucked over by natural disasters and a bunch of other shit, and has now shrunk to like a 5th of its size, and she's taken up the like position of leader kind of just by like automatic because she's one of the oldest people left. And so it's kind of her story of going crazy style and fighting the other clans who are going to take advantage of Bramble Clan's position, but then also kind of getting crazy, like bitter and power hungry, and it just kind of becoming a whole ass issue. So that's kind of her shtick. You should use Obsidian for that. It's good for world building notes. Oh wait, sorry. I one thing about it. Common and Treasure are cool, but red is objectively the best color available. So Team Mystery it is. Fair enough, man. You should use Obsidian for that. It's good. Yes, I've heard about Obsidian. I've never used it. But I've heard a lot of good things. Tragedy, mostly drawn because of the color. Valid. Literally, for me, I was like, I like blue and I like yellow, so I guess we're just kind of bowling. Currently making ref sheets for new characters. I'm new to the furry fandom, so I barely have any characters to begin with. Hey, man. Artfight's a good time for it. What kind of characters? What species, I guess? Also, damn girl, welcome, welcome to the furry fandom. Welcome to Fluffyland. Brambleclaw, my beloved. I don't care if he's apparently horrible in the new arcs. When I read them in the series, he was cool to me. Yeah, I like that he was kind of like in the older arcs, just some like kid who was kind of getting crazy, profiled by Firestar for being Tiger Claw's son. And then in the new ones, it's like, yeah, he abuses his wife verbally and is a dickhead, and actually Squirrel Flight deserves better. I love Squilf. She is so silly and my baby, and I love a girl with fluffy tails and anger issues. She's my darling. And now she's Squirrel Star. I'm so proud of her. Finally, a female character. And then they still might kill her. I don't remember if they've done that yet, but they probably will because she's kind of old, which is like, I guess. I would just like I don't know. Girl, I just need someone. Please. Squilf? Yeah, Squirrelflight, sorry. That's her silly fandom nickname. Fishies! Mostly marlins, that's so cute! I feel like fish furries, damn, do they still count as scalies? Questions for a furry philosopher, maybe. But I feel like fish are kind of one of those people like fish, and they do like fish dogs and stuff a lot, but like actual fish are sort of underrepresented species. We do love a non-mammal creature. Non-canon. I shipped them as a kid, and it was like my first ship because they would be good together. I don't believe in the New York's character assassination of Himra. Yeah, we do love it when Warriors is like, and what if we just made them like bad? And it's like, okay, slay, girl. I will be living my own delusions in my head though. I feel like she doesn't look muscular enough. Like, she's a buff girl, and I need her to look buff. You know what that means? Fish. I'm actually so sorry, gang. My brain's been fried. Squirrel Queen, who's literally freaky Squilf. True. Do you know Rigby the cat? Like the meme cat? Yes, I know Rigby. Do you think she'd be a good warrior? She'd be the best warrior, bro. What would her warrior cat name be? Warrior cat names are kind of mean sometimes, man. And I don't mean like just bright heart level, but sometimes they really do just be like, yeah, insert like physical trait you have, and then that's your name, and it's like, okay. She's so bold. She has a ranged attack. Rigby cat would be her name, or Rigby chat. Yeah, and they only know the word because they saw oh my god, I've forgotten the name. They saw Rigby the raccoon, and they went, yeah, that's a creature for real. Oh my days, I'm kind of not fucking with this. We're gonna do our classic flip it around and see if that fixes my problems with it. Lop tongue. Yeah, for real, it'd be some shit like that. My mom is mean to Rigby because I forcefully showed her pictures of Rigby all the time unprompted. I'm also a 24-year-old grown ass man. But Rigby is baby! She is actually, though. Even if she's a little silly looking. She's so Rigby. I forgot she was my profile pic. Oh, wait. Oh my god, she is. We love you, Rigby. Yo, Windy Valleys, you're the #1 Rigby fan. For real, Crocswearer? You gotta change your name. You can't be Crocswearer anymore. You gotta be Rigby fan 101. Give up your title for a better one. But so real though, she's amazing. Oh, thank you for the head pats. Also, I forgot that I had tea. This shit is so cold at this point. Man, okay, I need to work on some shit. This is like, I'm not happy with this at all. Something about this feels very yucky and wrong. Maybe her body proportions. Let's try this again. Let's silhouette this shit. Fan of Rigby Cat is my Fansly account username, to be fair, so I did use the term. Hell yeah. That's so cute, actually. I'm trying to think of other cats, online cats I really like. There's Uncle Bao, who's that guy who sits on his back and has a really fat tummy, and I love him so much. He's so silly looking. And, well, I like specifically that his owners have just got like 50 pillows of him in that position, and sometimes they post pictures or like videos of him, and you can't actually see him immediately because of like how hidden he is. Luna is awesome. She's the crunchy cat, the one that goes that one. Because if so, then yes, she is awesome. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just a big fan of every internet cat. What's there not to love? How do I make her look buff, bro? This shit's hard. Because she's also just long-haired, so I feel like it gets kind of lost. I like Pumbaa too. He's a really mean, fat caracal. Whoa! Thank you for the follower, the conductor VT. Thank you very much. Maybe try overly exaggerated buffness and then turning it down till it looks right. That could honestly be a strat. Jinx is very silly. Yeah. Moo, it's 5 a.m. but Moo, girl, what are you doing up at 5 a.m.? Dog, is it maybe sleepy time? I know you just got here, but also sounds like maybe bed? Question mark. But if not, how are you? What's got you up so late? Just living the nightlife, or just couldn't sleep? Let's try this. Let's lower the opacity of this and then try this brush. What kind of vibe do we want for this girl? Generic cat shape head. I can't sleep. My sleep streamer ended, so now I'm just up. Damn. Do you have like a backup sleep streamer? Well, dude, I could be the sleep streamer. I'm gonna go do like how you say affirmations like, ooh, you're so sleepy, and then maybe that could help. But to be fair, also, I mean, like, do you have anything important you have to be up to for tomorrow, like work or any activities? Because maybe, you know, I mean, obviously it sucks when you're tired, but I guess if there's no hella big consequences, then staying up late isn't the end of the world. I do like Warriors has characters die over time as time progresses. Sorry, I enjoy doing similar things in my own worlds where I have eras where characters live and other ones take place after that die. Yeah, dude, Star Trek, the entire Star Trek universe, honestly, big fan of that. Just like, yep, and this is the same concept, just different time, new people, new situations. And it's like, yes, love it. Thank you. Next Generation, Deep Space Nine specifically, you have my heart forever and ever. Kit can be a sleep streamer. Welcome to the Sunrise Bedtime crew. Oh, I forgot that you guys are all American time and just suffering. I'm so sorry. My condolences. I mean, because is it a Saturday for you guys? I forget. Or this morning of a Sunday. And I can't even get any work done until my new laptop comes in the mail because my old one is bricked. Oh man, that actually does fucking suck. Did it just break? Like old? Or trying to think. Like things I do. The thing is, unfortunately, when I go to sleep and then I can't sleep, I do just watch YouTube. So I can't even give any good advice besides maybe get cozy and enjoy the ride. Maybe. You have my condolences though. I did have an insomnia period, and man, that shit sucks ass. That shit is sucky as fuck. Um, they hardly sleep as is. Bro doesn't know a thing about sleep. My bad, my bad. I got nothing. Have you seen Hank Green and his video about Warrior Cat's theology? I thought it was really cool. I never ended up finishing it, but we do love Hank Green, so I honestly believe that he was being splendid and lovely about it. Because they're being generous and giving all the sleep to everyone else, thus they could be a sleep streamer, mayhaps. I don't know. I'm new here. Wendy Valles has got the right thing. Maybe I could be. Maybe I'm just like you know, super generous sleep streamer and I'm donating, you know, like Sandman type shit. I'm just donating my sleep to the sleep poor. It's Sunday morning, Sunday, true. Yeah, Sunday night for us. So, hey, hopefully Sundays are chill. That's a good point. Star Trek does that. I want to like Star Trek, but I can't get over the humans with big ears, humans with big noses, and aliens kind of thing. Like, if all the races were Anther, I'd be one of the biggest fucking Star Trek fans of all time. Not gonna lie, but alas. I mean, I don't know how you are with old television stuff, but the original Star Trek, the animated series, actually did have Anthros because they could afford the budget when they were drawing characters to, like, actually make them look different. But it was never a very well-funded show. What the fuck? Is it just skipping songs randomly? Am I doing it without realizing? I don't know. Really weird. Anyway, because obviously it's not like they didn't ever have a crazy budget until a bit later into their runs. But yeah, like in the animated show, they did actually have anthros. What's gonna suck even more is resetting up Streamlabs and reconfiguring all my model stuff, so I kind of just got a 7-day break until I'm right back onto the grind. Shit, did you not have a backup of like your stream setup? Also, Slay, you stream? What kind of stuff do you do? The Orville is a pretty good Star Trek-esque show. I enjoyed watching it. Girl, if you liked the Orville, watch Star Trek! Please, I need to talk about Star Trek with more people. I beg, I beg. Oh my gosh, I hadn't saved this yet. Okay, we're gonna amend that mistake. Missed star, new ref, question mark? It's like reversed gift subs, and the stuff is with the streamer instead gifting sleep. So true. Girl, I think I got a new business idea. And by I've got a new business idea, I mean you've got a new business idea. I'm gonna hire you as my sleepy time streamer manager. And we're gonna make crazy big sleep bucks. Let's maybe chuck a 4 level on here and see if this helps. I know the cat girls exist, but oh gosh, sorry, the chat is moving, but I need them to all be anthros. That's honestly so valid. Thanks, Kip, for the 5 gifted nap times. True. Dude, I'd be out here with different, like, categories of stuff. Like, maybe dozing could be, like, the low one, like nap time, sleeping in. I don't know, I think we could figure out a system. Freaking, so I keep, like, drawing them being like, I haven't finished reading chat, I gotta lock in. Nope, I was stupid and didn't back up anything. Oh my god, bro, I'm actually so sorry to fucking hear that. As a fellow I never back up anything person, I have been severely burned by that before. Like, holy shit, dude. At some point, back when I used to use an iPad, I lost 2 years worth of art because I never backed it up and I wanted to cry. So I hope at least you still have your assets somewhere kicking around, maybe? Did you say you had assets? Reconfiguring my model stuff, but at least you got your model stuff. Fingers crossed. I wish I could do Star Trek with you, but I'm unfortunately a Star Wars guy. Wolfie, no. Come to the silly Star Trek side. The dark side. The light side. I don't know, whichever one's more appealing. The silly space politics side. I recently rewatched the Star Wars original trilogy, actually, and I forgot how much it is, like, kind of like crazy. Like, they're just in situations. I don't know if you were here when I said that I'd watched it. Oh my gosh, I hate it when this happens. Let me just draw. Like, so much of the film is just like, films, I guess, are just like, and they're here now, and it's like, slay, and they're here now. Okay, awesome, let's go. Glub shitter the bunk. Gosh, so much chatting. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep going to draw. I'm locking in. I'm reading the whole thing. The Star Trek media I've seen are various episodes of the original series back when I tried to get into it, and the animated adult one that I absolutely hated. I would suggest maybe trying neither of those. And I'm not just saying them because you tried it. I love the original series, but unfortunately the original series is, on one hand, a very different style of filmmaking than what we have today, but on the other hand, they fully had too long of a runtime. They did not need to be 45 minutes, and because of that, the episodes drag. And I still love them with all my heart, and Kirk and Spock, love them, and Bones, and Scotty, and Chekhov, and Uhura, and fucking all of them. They have my heart. But it is a show that's kind of not really up to par with today's standards of storytelling. I might suggest The Next Generation. I'm sure you've heard of it. First season, garbage. Oh my god. You maybe watch some of it because it's got, like, important episodes, but it is kind of shit. It goes, like, so crazy uphill from there. And Deep Space Nine, my personal favorite, very good. I'm not trying to not indoctrinate you into liking Star Trek, but all I'm saying is that if you ever decide to give it another chance, I'd be happy to give you a curated list of which ones to watch and which ones to avoid. I mean, I'm normal about this television show, I swear. I did love the mean cat chick, though. She's great. Yeah. I'm a variety streamer, but mostly all my stuff's railroad or train related. The one and only Southern Railway System conductor cow at your service, Kiwi Kitty Cat. Oh, yo. That's kind of frickin' slay. I feel like I don't know very much about trains, but I love them. I'm a big fan of trains. I love public transport, and I love big mechanical things. But I never got quite to the point of knowing the technical things. What kind of stuff do you cover when it's railroad or train related? And only Southern Railway System conductor. Southern Rail conductor cow. Valid. Are you... Oh, you're US time. Of course you are. We already established that. I hate Star Wars because I can't stand the world building. True. More or less. I appreciate Star Wars for the movies and the music, some of the shows, not super in-depth or anything. That's valid. The fucking... The sets and the props and shit for Star Wars are incredible and beautiful, and I love them. Kind of in the same way the Star Trek ones are, except obviously Star Wars had a way higher budget, so it just looks fantastic. And of course, the music, fucking hella iconic. Absolutely love the name Glup Shippo, not worthy part of my vocabulary. I actually do. I think it's a little silly. It's just kind of giving my Blorbo, but for Star Wars irony. Like, I don't know. It's just, I love words that are kind of like that sound. I love the whimsy and wonder of Star Wars, like the fantasy elements. Yeah, it really is just space fantasy. They're like, guys, put these knights in space. And it's like, yeah, man, fuck yeah, let's go. I still have the raw assets, just putting everything back together, that's gonna suck. Yeah, oh, I hear cat meowing. I hear cat yowling, even. Oh, hey, kitty, you coming in? Hi. I chased the evil beast away. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, how much, like, where the fuck was I? I started raw assets. Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to redoing my stream. The reason I've been procrastinating it is because I specifically need to rehaul everything, and I really don't want to. It sounds so tedious and boring, and I do not envy your position. But I hope at the very least that it goes quickly and is fun, and maybe you find some new cool things that you'd like, and then you implement them or something. We hope for the best case scenario. That's why I like Adastra. It's like a sword and fantasy, but with furries. I can't say I've ever heard of them. You like the Ewok Labubus? Yeah, dude, when I watched them, I couldn't remember the fucking name of the Ewoks, so it's just like the Star Wars Labubu creatures. Because be so for real, they kind of give Star Wars Labubu. Like, if they came out today, people would be like, Star Wars, this is a cop out of the Labubu. It's just a furry little guy. And they have spent so long on screen. They really just had a third film where they had all of this build up and they're like, guys, we need to spend 45 minutes on the fucking Ewoks. I don't care. I thought the third film was the weakest despite having the big payoff that was quite cool. Sorry, I thought Kitty did something silly. Oh, it's censored gay, guys. Twitch is back on its homophobic bullshit of censoring lesbian, gay, and God knows what else. Oh, the game made me sob and shut down for a whole week after I finished it. Oh, it's a game? I meant Sword and Planet. I don't know why I said Sword and Fantasy. Most of my railroad knowledge is American and some British stuff, but usually when I cover railroad stuff, it's artifacts I've acquired, model trains, or railroad history. I actually just started out and had to reschedule my debut. No. That's such... Hello? Why is... What's going on with my AnyDisk? The fuck? Give me a sec. What on earth? Why does it keep doing that? It keeps seeming to think that it's disconnected from the Wi-Fi, but it hasn't been, so... I genuinely have no clue as to why it's behaving this way. Okay, can we behave normally now? Please? Thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, the debut is rough. When were you meant to have it originally? Surprised you never heard of Adastra. It's a modern planetary romance thing, but with gay people and wolf furries. Adastra is a very gay and very furry visual novel. True. I guess I don't really do visual, like, not do visual novels. I just haven't really ingested very many visual novels in my time. I fear that I never really was exposed to them that much, I guess. And so never really sought them out when I was, well, just at any point, really. But I might give it a go. Is it like, what's it on? How do I play this? Or is it not Steam friendly? There are sex scenes, right? It's very not stream friendly. Okay, so very, very gay. Let's go. Isn't Adastra that VN that Patricia Taxon was always glazing? I don't know who that is. Patricia Taxon or autistic furry musician and video essayist? I don't know why I know who Patricia Taxon is. I know the YouTuber, like I know who they are. For some reason, I was in some part of my head, imagining a very different person. I thought there's no fucking way that person would glaze this. And I'm like, never mind, Patricia Taxon, as I actually know them, would. I don't know if they did, but it feels like something they would. Elephant in the room. Wait. Where was Elephant in the room? Imagine being addressed. Elephant in the room, I missed you. Well, I missed you and I missed your comment. Welcome in. Imagine being addressed. Ayo, how do I play this? Sorry, I completely skipped it. June 14th, my birthday, but my laptop bricked 3 minutes into it. Holy shit, that is bad timing. Also, dude, June buddies. I'm June 5th. I didn't end up doing a birthday stream, but I did a stream around, like, just before. Happy late birthday. Oh, you can get it on Itch.io. So once my new laptop comes in, it's in a rush to get it set up in 2 days. Holy, does it have to be in 2 days? Like, don't rush it, if, you know, like, don't burn yourself out. It does sound like kind of a lot of work. What do you mean, bro? It's the elephant in the room, Pog. Yeah, I recommend Adastra for the plot, even though it's smutty. True. My new laptop is a Lenovo T490 i7 core. Damn. Girl, I'm gonna be so for real. I don't know enough about computers to know all of these, but I can recognize that quite a few of these seem to be very good. Or at least pretty good. Better than what I'm rocking, at least. Unfortunately, the spin-offs and sequel are slowly being developed, but the first game is done. Oh, true. So they're, like, actively in progress? In case anyone was curious about specs. Gemini Unite! Happy super late birthday to you as well! Let's go! We love a Gemini birthday. Middle of winter. Oh, I guess it's summer for you guys though, right? Is it summer? Is that how that works? It's winter for us. So yeah, it's like summer or something like that for you guys. Echo fan skeletons waiting for the smoke room to be finished. Address yourself. Sounds like low tier god. Well, you should address yourself now and start lightning. The only limitation is I have now is the graphics card is kind of poopy. It's winter for you? What the fuck? Yeah, girl, we're in the southern hemisphere. I always forget that, like, it's summer for you guys. It feels so weird to have June and summer. Like, I get that that's normally the thing, but, like, summer's such a holidays thing, you know? Like, end of the year, you go to the summer, you go to the beach, you go on holiday. I don't know. I just, you know, world's big, and I keep forgetting, I guess. So I'll have to upgrade it. Are graphics cards expensive right now? I feel like they are, right? Why is the electricity? Lightning, the electricity bill will be through the roof. That's a different scary story. Winter? Yeah, winter, gang. I'm New Zealand. I'm New Zealand based. I'm giving you all free electricity. Wow, thank you, Windy Valleys. Whoa, Windy Valleys, bro. Put a turbine on there, and then actually you'll give us free electricity. Could be good. Thank you for the hit pats, Wolfie! Much appreciated. Bro, I could sell my graphics card for more than what I built the whole PC for. Jesus Christ, that's terrifying. And thank you for the hydrate, much appreciated. I have very room temperature cold tea, which I don't think I'll be finishing, and some Pepsi! It was 92 degrees today with 78% humidity. I live on the sun. I'm assuming for your fucking sake that is like 92 degrees Fahrenheit, right? I'm assuming you Americans use Fahrenheit because y'all refuse to join the Celsius gang. But that does sound foul. I used to live in a different city and holy shit, man. That place was humid. It's not the most humid place in New Zealand, but it was one of them. It sucked. I hate the humidity. It's actually the fucking worst. The zookeepers already have to deal with my lazy elephant ass. Or used 1060 on eBay. It's like $100, which is like, what? Probably gonna be 250 New Zealand plus the fucking upscale that we have for everything, so maybe like $300. That is rough. It makes more sense just to reverse the months so it's December when it's winter for you like normal people. That sounds foul. That sounds foul. I like my months the way they are. I've never had anything new for my setup, lol. Yeah, no, I'm a true second-hand kid. With the exception of my graphics card, actually, which isn't like the top of the line or anything, but like pretty decent. Because a friend from the US gifted it to me when they came over, and I was like, slay. But everything else is like my motherboard is like from 2011. everything I own is about a decade old, and I bought it all secondhand on Trade Me, which is like the New Zealand specific eBay. Except it's shit now because everyone just uses it for businesses, except in, like, instead of secondhand. But that's another story and another personal gripe. Celsius motherfuckers be like, oh my god, it's so hot, and it's like the number 40. Fahrenheit motherfuckers will be like, set your oven to 400, as if that's not like a temperature that should burn your house down. 100 very hot, 0 very cold. Fahrenheit easy. But it's just so, like, no one else uses it. It's not even that it doesn't make sense. Like, if the rest of the world had it, I'd be like, yeah, it's just that y'all are the only country, besides, like, maybe 2 others. Everyone else jumped on the Celsius ship. Or the way y'all keep using feet. Man, the imperial system sucks. I hated learning about it. It's the worst thing ever. What do you mean it's, like, based on 12 inches, which is, like, a non-standard unit of measurement? Like, oh my god. Actually, hell. A 598, the best GPU you can get is, like, 1,500 USD for a good one. Yeesh. Even my new laptop is refurbished. True. Hey, we love a good refurbishment, man. Fahrenheit motherfuckers be like, ice looks like 32 and Steam is giving big 212 vibes. The Americans are always like to be different from their American football to Fahrenheit and their dollars. American football always confused me. Like, you mean rugby? It's just called rugby. Everyone else calls it rugby. There's football and there's rugby. But it's very bizarre. This bit unironically. eBay is where I buy most of my train sets. I like eBay, but unfortunately it's never very good for New Zealand because well, New Zealand's very far away from everything. So it's like I collect My Little Pony trading cards, like Caillou cards, and I was looking on eBay to find some secondhand, and I'm like, oh, $5 for this card, which is kind of out of date. That's not too bad. That's good, like, because it's not produced anymore. And then I checked the shipping, and it was like, oh, but you'll have to pay $50 shipping. And I'm like, okay, I'll move on. And then another card was like $10. I'm like, oh, okay. $400 shipping. Not the card, the shipping. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And unfortunately, that's what it's like to be in New Zealand all the time. There's so many benefits to being on a tiny little island on the fuck-off middle of nowhere. But unfortunately, shipping and just being in touch with the rest of the world is not one of them. Actually devastating. Blame British people, we didn't do anything, we're using their old system, yeah. Feet. Oh, right, in relation to what I said. We just love feet here. Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe I've been too harsh. We don't kink shame in this chat. Maybe Americans are just real feet-coded, and that's okay. I'm trying to get this body to look right. It's really hard. I can't relate, I'm an elephant. Then using football fields for measurement, expecting the Americans to totally get the idea. I love that. The, like, measuring shit in football fields is really funny. Like, what do you mean you just don't know how big it is? You have to say a football field? I can't imagine a football field in my head. It's crazy that that's, like, actually a thing that people say to imagine size. American football is actually pretty different to rugby. There's a lot of rule changes where you can throw the ball ahead of you and there's touchdowns and whatnot. Yeah, but then they should have just called it American rugby. I just hate it when people say football, and I'm like, yes, the one where you kick the ball, and they're like, haha, no, you stupid fool. The one where you throw it, and I'm like, we are talking about vastly different things. Though fair enough that it has different rules. Alterations do happen, but, like, I feel like even, you know what, I'm not actually going to comment, because I don't know shit about sports, bro. I'm drawing warrior cats on a Sunday evening talking about buying My Little Pony cards. My chud ass does not know shit about fucking sports. I used to play sports, and that was it. That was like my whole experience. Rugby's about passing behind. As you've seen, you'd be seen as brain dead if you did that in American football. True though. Football field measurement might actually be one of the most evil things America has done. /J. /serious, dog. It's kind of bizarre. But I guess as long as people find it useful, right? eBay in the model train world is also known as Evil Bay, because there's a lot of people gatekeep rare model trains on eBay by setting the price to like $1,000 for a model that's like from the 1960s. Yeah, unfortunately, scalping and just price gouging is unfortunately a thing everywhere. It's crazy trying to like be into any sort of card collection because it's like, oh, you want this piece of paper? You want this little piece of paper, you idiot? What about it if it was $500? And it's like, cool. I guess I just won't then. My bad for wanting to do anything. Same with any collectible, really. I collect My Little Pony minifigures, Star Trek stuff, like, it's a nightmare. I'm gonna say worse than Redacted, but I don't want to be cancelled. Eyebrow raise? I don't even know what the Redacted would be. I can't fill in that blank. I don't have feet. Hooves, man. Hooves. My bad, my bad. Appendage enjoyer. That sounds wrong, actually. That sounds quite bad. What's like a good everybody, like, inclusive replacement for feet? You know, like when people say anybody instead of, say any pony instead of anybody. Vice versa. Whatever. You get what I mean. You kick the ball in American football, SMH. Just goes to show, bro. I don't know shit. My bad, my bad. Oh my god, chat's moving and I can't read it. You know what annoys me so much more than Imperial units? Go on. I got them whoop paws. Yes. Fluffy toe bean gang, let's go. Americans describing a distance. So imagine a sports field. Dude, I always imagine people measuring things in hamburger heights because I think it's funny, and then sometimes I have to stop and be like, you know, there might be someone who actually does. I say it like joke, but actually maybe it happens. It'll probably grow back. My uncle Shade Elephant told me that it will happen back when I was a younger lad. What is a baby elephant called? A calf? Like with cows and like bovines and stuff? What sports did you play? Is baseball popular in schools there? Not really. We're big cricket people, even though I never played it and I don't care about cricket. I used to play football and I used to play basketball. And I used to do swimming. And I, for a short while, played badminton. I love badminton. Unfortunately, I was, first of all, slightly overweight kid. Like, not even that overweight, man. I was just kind of a rounder girl, and that obviously meant that everyone in a 10-meter vicinity immediately thought you were shit at everything. And then, unironically, separately, I was a bit shit because I had really bad legs. So even though I wasn't half bad at football and basketball, like, I enjoy, and badminton, I was actually quite good at badminton, and swimming. I have bad knees, which means I can't do high-impact sports. So, immediately basketball, badminton, and football got taken off because I started getting, like, leg pain. And then I just didn't do swimming very much afterwards because I didn't live really close to a swimming pool. So I just kind of stopped doing sports, unfortunately. But yeah, I was a big football and basketball girly. To the point that we'd go out to, like, play other teams in our local area and compete in regionals and shit like that. I should sell chunks of my flesh on eBay in case anyone wants to go create a homunculus. True. I collect plane models at 1/400 scale. Oh, cool. What kind of models do you collect? Like, plane models. You know, what kind of planes? Many hobbies aren't for the unemployed, unfortunately. That's why I write and draw stuff and emulate games. Yeah, me playing my totally legal PC version of Tamagotchi life. Wink. Piracy is no party. Joke. No, dude, piracy be the party. This is a ship sailing the high seas, and you guys are my crew. Kilowatt hours. What the hell? Why the hell is there hours in my unit of energy? A watt is a measure of energy over time, power, and the actual unit for energy is joules. Honestly, I've never even heard of kilowatt hours. I've heard of watts, and I've heard of joules, and I've heard of volts and all the rest of that. Kilowatt hours, again, that's kind of just not in my level of expertise, so what do I know? Model trains are the same way. A lot of times only one manufacturer would make a model of a certain train and no other company would, so if you want the certain type of train, you'd have to pay out the ass. Legit. Or, hell man, even for shit like the minifigures, My Little Pony minifigures, oh, those are no longer in production? Yeah, what if you wanted to pay $10 per thing? Which is all well and good until there's 100 of them. Oh, and this one special one that only got produced in 2013 in like a limited blind bag release, 500, and it's like, fuck me. Or same with Star Trek. It's like, oh, well, this one VHS like game thing that they released doesn't exist anymore, and they only released it with this one thing, yeah. Anyway, suffice to say, I'm sure it's not quite as niche. Like because trains have lots of manufacturers. Mine just had one, so like it's kind of a different vibe. There's more trains to collect, so I'm sure I don't have it nearly as bad. But I do feel your pain. Collecting things is rough. I just like having little guys, and unfortunately, I'm too broke for it. It's like expressing the distance in kilometers per hour instead of hours. I don't know, kilometers? Baby elephant is called an elephant. I'm sure there must be a name though. Cricket? Yeah, cricket. Apparently it's kind of a thing, but I think it's like an older person thing. In New Zealand, the vibe is rugby. Rugby is the New Zealand game. It's what everyone fucking obsesses over. Cricket is kind of like people who like cricket will like rugby, and people who like rugby don't like cricket. That's kind of the vibe, you know? Cricket's like older folk and rich folk. Cricket's such a bougie white man sport, man. I don't know. Like when I think cricket specifically, I think of people in their little white uniforms with their little caps hitting the thing, and it's always in my mind. I know this isn't reality, but in my mind's eye. Also, hello. Sorry. Thank you for following Elephant in the Room. Much appreciated. I don't remember. I failed Elephant Elementary School. Elementary School? Oh, I love badminton. I can have a badminton set that I can play outside with. Oh, slay. Yeah, badminton's so fun. I love badminton. A little bit chunky. Yeah, legit. That was me. Badminton is so fun. It was like the one sport I actually enjoy playing in my gym classes. Same. Badminton was just goated. Actually, awesome sport. For me, my unicorn is simple. The Southern Railway 462 Heavy Pacific numbered 1401, also known as Charlotte, my favorite train ever. To buy a train model of Charlotte, it's 500 to 1,000 USD. Holy shit, bro. My condolences. Yeah. It's always like your chase, right? Like your one thing, and you're like, wow, I love this more than anything. And someone's like, oh yeah? Well, hope you're ready to sell a literal arm and a leg for it, bro. Or a kidney. Literally, Sam was like, what the fuck? I can enjoy a sport, right? I also like badminton. Dude, are we badminton gang? Shall we make a badminton club together? That could be kind of cute. Digital badminton. Literally, the only other sport I ever enjoyed was when I was on my school archery teams. I wanted to do archery so bad. We just never had it near me. We like to party starts playing. The plane models are specifically commercial jets. I have a few fighter planes at 1 to 72, but they're usually a lot more, over $100 usually. Are these like the die cast, what are they called, like the iron ones, or like the paint your own ones? I just realized how far behind they are in chat. I know, I'm so sorry. I've been trying to speed, but y'all actually been chatting crazy style. Kilowatt hours is the unit that electricity provides and appliances manufacturers use. Right. Bizarre. Alright, I'm gonna have my elephant breakfast. Dude, bring us some. Bring snacks for the rest of the group. White uniform cricket are the ones that last days on end. Fortunately, are actually wrong for certain types of trains. There are no manufacturers, and a lot of train metal manufacturers have gone out of business, so finding parts is not an easy task to keep your trains running. Oftentimes I've had to buy an entire spare model, not in working condition, to keep my own trains running to use as parts, and that is not cheap, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, do you care about them being official parts? Is there any way that you could manufacture or produce your own? Like, would that be hard, or is it more about like, oh, well, I want the integrity of the fact that it is the original model from like the 1960s or whatever? Yes, they are diecast. Yeah, true. I don't own any, but I do have a Focke-Wulf, what was it, like a FW190? Like, but it's like a scale model, I think 1 to 72. But I haven't painted it yet because I'm scared that I'm going to be bad at painting it and I don't want to ruin it. I actually have a scale model of the Starship Enterprise and a scale model of a Romulan, Klingon, and Ferengi starship, and they're the same deal. They're like the ones that you have to assemble and paint yourself, but I'm so fucking scared. I don't want to fuck it up. People talking sports. People talking sports. Well, I haven't enjoyed a sport since high school dodgeball. That's valid. Dodgeball was kind of fun, but it kind of depended. Sometimes if you have like mean kids, and it was always the fucking boys, right? They just pelt that shit at your head, and it's like, man, it's actually not that deep. And it's not that serious. Actually, it's not that serious. But hey. I think I unfortunately stopped enjoying sports, kind of in school. Like, I never enjoyed it in school, really. All of the football and stuff I did was, like, outside of school, and I enjoyed that a lot more. Um, but yeah, in school was always rough, I think, because it's just like, well, you're forced to play with people who don't actually respect you or like you very much, which sort of takes out half the enjoyment of sports, which is a lot about obviously winning and being good, right? But it's also about like camaraderie and your teamwork and whatever. So, unfortunately, high school, when everyone's got the fucking chemical mush in their brain that makes them evil, it's just not the vibe. Why Discordis over Eris? Over Eris? Sorry, I think maybe I'm behind and I sometimes forget the context for things that have been said. Do I give a forward-facing fluff? That could be kind of cute. Baseball is really cool. You can watch it. It's the perfect to be on your phone sport since there's a lot of downtime. True. Hatred against me? Hatred? Girl, I'm so sorry. I feel like I was so behind that I am actually like losing it a bit. No hatred. We love you, Croc Swearer. Drawing furries until my hand cramps is my sport. Legit. Eris like the goddess of Discord. I thought that's what Discordis was referencing. You're not far off. You're not actually far off. My username was based on Discord, the god of chaos from My Little Pony, who, fun fact, was voiced by John Delancey, who voiced Q in Star Trek The Next Generation, who's also a mischief god. So, while not directly based on Eris, kind of similar vibe. A lot of people have started 3D printing parts, but a lot of them are not up to quality. For example, the 1980s Bachmann Southern Pacific GS4 steam locomotive has issues with the plastic axles cracking and the wheels falling off. This issue makes the train unusable. There's one guy in the entire world that 3D prints replacement axles, and they also have fitment and quality issues. Yeah, I imagine that 3D printing wouldn't be good for anything that was under strain, but like, I don't know, man, like even cutting them out of metal or something? I guess that's also just expensive for a small business to do, you know? Like, it could be done, but it wouldn't make it any cheaper. Official God HG God. Welcome in. You need downtime. Dude, how's it going? My own fix for this issue was a custom making brass tubes to replace the axles, and this took me over 40 hours of labor and trial and error to do. Yeah. That is... yeah. Unfortunately, that seems the vibe, right? It's like you can do it, or someone else can do it, but it is not very time efficient because you don't have, like, you know, a factory's worth of manufacturing tools. So it does just kind of seem like suffering. Suffering for something you love, but suffering. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or John Delancey's opinion on bronies. Legit. I remember watching this video that, like, what was it? Kim MLP or whatever released, where they got him to like voice lines for like the Brony song or whatever. This was like years ago. But yeah, kind of crazy to be John Delancey and to be like respected for certain shit, and then everyone's like, and also he's like the pony guy, and he's like, what? And then everyone's like, yeah, and now we're gonna know you as the pony guy. Becoming a blacksmith to fix my train parts. Legit, that's what it feels like, right? Like, it's kind of crazy work. Yeah. But high key, I think it's like good that you are like willing to do it, I guess. I don't know, I feel like sometimes those sort of skills get lost, or like, you know, people start manufacturing stuff, so it's important to be able to keep it alive in your own way. Pretty much. Yeah. It does unfortunately seem the vibe. It'd be so cool to be able to, like, I don't know, like, I always think of stuff like that. Like, it'd be so cool to be the person who was able to do that. That's, like, the investment you need in that is just, like, something that's not really worth it for something I don't have, like, too much of a like, passion on. Like, I like trains, but I don't think I could commit myself to being the guy who fixed them, even though I think that would be so cool to do. Like, I got other shit I got going on, you know? But, like, imagine, I don't know, I always love those stores that are like, there's one guy, and he only does one thing. And he's just, like, the specialist, and, like, he's the last one, so he's high-key keeping everything going. Like, that's such an insane position to be in. And they're such important people for, like, those communities. And they sort of die out, because it's usually, like, older, just specialized crafts as a whole are kind of dying out on a worldwide scale. Because of just everything. So we're, like, losing so much basic knowledge. Like, you know what I've been thinking about recently? Like, I've always been kind of someone who's kind of been like thoughtful about like my waist and whatever, but I'm not perfect. And I was like, man, I need new pants because my ones keep like ripping. Shout out thick thigh gang, you know the fucking drill. But then I was like, man, you know what people used to do back in the fucking day? They used to repair their pants, like darn their socks. I was like, man, my socks will have holes in them. Yeah, people used to fix that. I know this isn't like a revolutionary statement, but I think it's so easy to forget in our modern day where everything has become, you know, commodity and quick fixes and like, oh, well, if your clothes are broken, just buy a new one. Like, why would you fix it? Just buy a new one. And it's like, yeah, okay, but then like you actually think about it, it's like, man, people didn't used to fucking do that. You would repair the same jacket or socks or whatever until you fucking died or until the threads disassociated themselves. Like, it's just not the same, and it's kind of a shame because it means that so many of those basic skills, like even something as simple as sewing on a button, is no longer a common skill that people have, like just basic sewing. That's wild. Like, that's so fundamental to human existence. Like, we've always known how to sew. We've always known how to fix things. And only now are we kind of forgetting how to do that, like, as a general widespread populace. Isn't that fucking insane? Like, isn't that kind of scary? Like, we should, I don't know, like, you know, growing fruit. Or, like, you know, having your own little garden. Or, I don't know, shit like that. It terrifies me to think about because it just means, like, we are, like, artificially, the situation has been created that we are now reliant on other people providing for us. And that means that we are reliant on their services. And if they ever go out, we don't know how to make clothes anymore. Like, we just don't. Can you make clothes from scratch? No. To be fair, we lost some of that in the Industrial Revolution, but like even then people were still sewing their dresses together even if they weren't weaving the fabric. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about a lot recently. And I really want to get into the habit of mending my clothes. Also from the environmental point of view, you know, saving shit from the landfill and making sure I appreciate the things that I have and whatever. I don't know. We just live in a very consumerist world and it's kind of whack to think about it when you actually give it some thought. I'm so sorry, chat has been moving, I've been rambling. Let me read. Which sucks because there are these beautiful models, but Bashman knew this was an issue before the trends even hit stores. They just didn't fix it because it would have cost a ton of money. All of the other beautiful, is it Bachmann or Bachmann? I'm assuming it's Bachmann, like Germany kind of, German sort of word. All of the other ones from this time also suffered from cracked plastic gears and axles. Something in the plastic they used at the time made it very brittle. Ugh, that sucks. So you see these things are dirt cheap on eBay with broken gears. So if you can find a way to fix them, very, very nice models for stupid cheap. True. That's actually kind of good to know. I do love a good model. I don't know where they are. I think there might be at my parents' house, but I used to collect model cars and stuff when I was young. And like tiny trains and shit. I just love a good model. Thick thighs save lives. Amen. People have forgotten how to sew. Legit, Wolfie, right? It's kind of crazy. Honestly, way better than me. I have a Taiwanese livery Mirage 2000 and a Chinese... Oh my god. AnyDisc, can you actually fucking get your shit together? This is the first time it's happened. Like this where it just disconnects randomly. And I really don't know why. It's really annoying. Okay, let's... There we go. Sorry, gang. We continue to read. And I want to display them as if they were flying towards one another, as if they were in war, because they hate each other. But when I got the Su-35, I realized none of the parts fit at all. So I just gave up and just don't use any of the weapons and display it as if it was parked. That's crazy. Like, none of the parts fit together? Not true, because in an apocalypse, no one else is going to be able to write yaoi fanfiction like me. I'm one of a kind, baby. Hell yeah, bro. You're going to be selling Yuri like crack, bro. That's gonna be some special kind of shit people pay for. Imagine living hundreds of years ago and people started living in cities and people were complaining that they were forgetting the skills of hunting and foraging food. True, to be honest. Hell, even then though, people would still hunt. Like, a lot of people had, I guess, like, pure city folk probably wouldn't. But a lot of them were probably still doing a lot of manual labor. I guess that's just how kind of, like, when photography came around, like, you know, people are like, oh, it's going to replace painting, and it didn't. I guess the thing that kind of makes me go, wow, is, like, everyone used to have specialized trades, but, like, high-key people don't anymore and don't have like self-sufficiency. I guess it's more about just the consumerist stuff. Planned obsolescence plus materials that aren't easily repairable. Yeah, that's true. Shitty polyester and shit like Shein, I'm looking at you, move us away from repairing clothes. True. Also very true. It's not just a willpower thing. Like, it's not, oh man, people these days. It's like, when I say that the situation was artificially created, I mean it in the sense that planned obsolescence, clothes go and fall to pieces easier. Like, shit just isn't built how it was used to on purpose to keep us from buying, which is the other thing that sucks. Like, it really just sucks massively. Oh, yo, I have phenomenal news. I managed to convince my mother to give up AI on her work for a month as a trial. Only catch is I have agreed to replace ChatGPT for her. Drink a liter of water every time she asks you a question. I mean, high key, that seems kind of cool. I'm glad that you managed to talk things through at least a little bit. Young spawn too soft, no longer know how to hunt mammoth. Fire make caves hot, no longer how to keep warm without it. Legit. People used to eat bug. Now harvest berry from curated plantation. I've turned my Batchman GS4 into a static display locomotive. It lives roped off in my locomotive roundhouse as a museum piece. That's kind of cute though, like having all the ones that can't run as well, like in the little train station, like they're waiting. That's kind of sweet. You're gonna disconnect her water mains, hit her with the M dash. But this is good news, legit. The fucking just be like, install a microphone or like a speaker that constantly emits a horrible noise like all the AI data centers do. Encouraging everyone to go to college instead of a trade school is a big reason for that lately. That's also true. Though to be fair, it's like, obviously, if you go to a trade school, it doesn't necessarily mean you know how to darn your clothes or whatever, right? And also repairing things and like darning clothes and sewing obviously was a very gendered thing as well. Like, that obviously contributes to it. Like, men might not have known how to sew as well, but like, that's what I mean. It's like, progressively people have learned less how to do a broad range of categories of skills. Or just that like relate to their personal well-being. I know a lot of skills, but like I don't know how to repair my clothes very well. I don't know how to patch things or darn a sock. That used to be common knowledge, like even like 40 years ago, maybe 50. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting talking to older folk. Like when I went to South America to visit my grandparents, it was crazy talking to them and talking about the shit that they used to do. And I'm like, that was in a lifetime. That was in a human lifetime. And this wasn't even like, oh, when I was a boy. That's like when you were 50. That was not that long ago. Crazy style. It's better than having no mother, for real. Sorry, give me a sec. To be fair, while people knew how to take care of themselves in the past, you were farming and the crops just got a disease for no reason, you just died and that was it, really. Oh, fully. I feel like the need to preface, I'm not against the fact that we've got shit like farms and whatever. Like, that's awesome. I mean more just like on an individual level, we've been really reduced to not being able to be self-sufficient, which is dangerous when the things providing us this are not trustworthy, if that makes sense. I'll finish elaborating. I'll catch up on chat in a sec. People know a lot but not how to do things. Yeah, it's better than having no mother. Agreed. Una Panthera, hi, how are you doing? Welcome in. I hope you're having a splendid, lovely evening. Sorry it took me a second to get to your message. How are you doing? The worst part is the model train they fucked up is one of the most beautifully painted steam engines in the world. Southern Pacific GS4 4449. You should look up pictures. Very, very beautiful paint scheme. True, I'll give that a quick Google. Paste. Ooh, that is kind of cool. It's a very bold stripe, assuming this is the right one that I looked. Like the orange and red one with like a stripe that goes through and then it curves down right at the front. That's cool. When was this train made? It looks almost like the front looks kind of Art Deco-y, like those lines at the front with the sharp angles and then the curve. I don't know, maybe that's a bold take just from seeing a bunch of silver lines, but my brain went, oh my gosh, that's swag. If it means one less mental health care worker using AI, it's a win to me, for real. Not only is it a win, it's a victory, legit. Like, you didn't just slice his neck in the bathtub, and you showed him your true boundaries, and honestly, that's so real. Preach. Anarcho-primivist streamer. Based. I'm good, it's 1 AM for me, just trying to get some badges done. Oh, cool! Are you doing those traditionally or digitally? And also commission or personal work? I mean, I'm so glad I did college before AI arrived to complicate everything. They caught up! My bad! I'm here, I promise. Every time I talk, I just get caught up with stuff, and y'all are chatting. We've caught up, though. We're here. Yeah, sorry, I guess what I meant is, like, I think broad farming, awesome. Like, the fact that people can access healthcare and medical shit and food and, like, you know, assuming you live in a country that's one of the ones that are better well off, I guess. Like, food security... That's not even fucking true. I was like, food security is pretty... If you're in a privileged position, whatever. My point is, I think that's awesome, and I definitely want to keep that. It just sucks that if anything were to happen to that, we're not taught the necessary skills to just upkeep our basic standards of living, I guess. Which is a very purposeful decision, like the fact that clothes break all the time, and therefore we are incentivized. Like, they break on time on purpose all the time, because they're built like shit, and then it incentivizes us to buy. That's not necessarily that, you know, it's, oh, there's so many clothes available now. It's more just these clothes are designed to keep you as a passive and dependent consumer. You know that thing where it's like, rich people actually have it easier because they can afford to buy one, like, the boots example, right? If you're rich, you can afford to buy one 500 pair of boots that'll last you a lifetime. But if you're not, you're forced to buy shitty $20 boots that'll break every year, and then over time you'll end up paying more. The average person is stuck in the cycle of having to pay more because they're only being provided with things that are of low quality and high turnaround. Which really just sucks, and I really want to not have to be, you know, dependent on that, I guess. Also, fucking fast fashion sucks, and fuck Shein. Hate it with my life. Everyone start yapping even more again. No, oh my god, no, the fucking... the chat has moved, my bad. Just one of those yapping nights, for real. I really like how I went, I'm gonna make a ref sheet, guys. We got some of the line art done, is that a win? In the 1940s, they came out during World War II, and they were called War Babies. The paint scheme of the one I had you look up is called the Daylight Scheme. It was used on the Shasta Daylight Route all throughout the California and Southern Pacific. Okay, I wasn't too wrong with Art Deco. Not quite on the dot, but like, kind of close. It's a very beautiful color scheme, though. Also, thank you for the stretch, Wolfie. I do a big stretch. I also have a rice pudding. Very happy about that. Streamer be like, me no think technocratic life very healthy. Me would rather run free than serve the needs of the wealthy. Me no want factories that squeeze me to capital needs. Kill the birds and the bees. Me would rather flee to the trees. Legit, bro. I'm gonna be out here with my little spotted leopard toga, and I'm gonna be howling from the mountains, and then you guys are gonna howl back, and we're gonna be very cool wolves. Planned obsolescence, for real. I agree that the rich are bad, but if I do get rich, I will unfortunately have to keep to fight the status quo. Hope you guys understand. Yeah, guys, if you ever become multi-billionaires, then, you know, I kind of expect everyone to keep things in line. Keep it reasonable, guys. We wouldn't want anyone to upset the status quo, gang. Yeah, my mum used to make a lot of her own clothes. Yeah. My mum used to make clothes for me, and I remember, like, when I visited Latin America to visit my grandparents, they were like, yeah, this is something, like, your mum made when she was a kid, and it was, like, a knitted, like, pillow thing, like, I don't know, it was crocheted, maybe? It was, like, half sewed. It was beautiful. It was cute. And they're like, yeah, and she just made that, and I was like, that's sick. I feel like, even though I'm an artist, a lot of the textile things I make are not really life things. They're, I don't know, like, art things? Which isn't to say life things can't be art, but you guys get my gist. I'm drawing furry art and not learning how to make, like, shirts, I guess. Sleep close to me, so I'm out, but enjoy the chatting and the art. Wolfie, thank you so much for freaking coming by. It was a pleasure as always to have you. And, hopefully I'll catch you around this week, on one of my last 2 streams before I go under for surgery. Yeah, don't know when that is yet, but I'll be announcing the schedule soon. So, hopefully see you then. And if not, dude, have a splendid July. Bye, sleep well. Good night, Wolfie. Fortunately, due to the lack of demand, fabric is now more expensive than buying ready-made things. Legit. And it's also just usually that the fabric that you can buy is technically better quality than like the cheap shit stuff that you can buy, because those were made with slave labor because of fast fashion mass production. So it's not a great cycle, but that's what I mean. It's like they got rid of the information on how to make your own fabric, and that sucked, and then they got rid of the information how to sew your own clothes, and that sucked. I say they, I mean just more of a cultural shift away from knowing that. Which on one hand, splendid, more accessibility. On the other hand, oh my god, we are all reliant on a wealthy few that exploit hundreds of thousands of people with blood, sweat, and tears. Oh. I know what I was... What about it? Is it bad that I kind of just accepted that without reading? Oh, climax locomotive. That's really funny. I really should be reading these. I was just like, conductor cow, and I'm like, it's about trains. It's fine. Whatever. Send it through. I know exactly why that was automated. I made a couple of fursuits. Love to progress on making my own clothes. Yes, same. I've made a few fursuits, but holy fuck, fur and foam are so expensive, especially in New Zealand. It sucks dick. Not looking forward to having to buy materials. A lot of mine I've gotten secondhand through op shops, like people who donate their fabric stashes, but Jesus Christ, it's not a fun time. Context auto mode, context. Faux fur hides wonky seams a lot better than fabric though, yeah. Faux fur is actually quite forgiving. It's a bitch of a fabric to sew, especially on a machine, but it hides mistakes a lot easier just due to the pile, which is kind of nice. Fun fact, New Zealand logging railroads and lumber companies preferred American-geared locomotives such as Shea locomotives, Climate locomotives, and Heisler locomotives. I'm curious, why is that? I know that, I'm trying to think. The only thing I know about places and locomotives is that some of the locomotives in Argentina, and Buenos Aires specifically, are from Japan. That's the only thing I know. I've also been listening to the first Warrior Cats book as an audio, and despite everyone sounding Canadian for some reason, I've been enjoying it. But one thing, I was having an aneurysm during the scene where the Shadow Clan leader is like, your babies died during the winter because they're weak and gay. Well, ours survived because we were strong, unlike your pathetic kin. Anyway, we're running out of food. Cause of it, we need to borrow food. I'm like, bro, this is not how you pitch an idea. What are you doing? Legit, they made Shadow Clan like kind of crazy antagonistic sometimes. Kind of for no reason. Like, they'll be like, these just have to be the evil, edgy guys, so... Yeah. Also, how are the audiobooks? I feel like I know very little. I never listened to the audiobooks, but I've been considering it because I feel like I'd be able to re-listen to them, sort of like engage with the series a lot easier if it was an audiobook. That sounds cool. I hold a lot of respect for people who put in the time and effort into fursuit making them out. Yeah, it definitely is a craft of time and patience. Call me a train the way I go locomotion. True. Oof, that sucks. UK is more expensive than the US for faux fur, but we got a local furry, Big Z supplier recently, and it's legitimately cost the cost in half. I'm so jealous! Yeah, unfortunately here, you can either buy medium to low quality fur, which is fine for small projects, but definitely not for fursuits, or you have to order from overseas, and then it's not even the cost of the fur. I mean, obviously that's expensive, but then it's like, oh, yeah, you know, you're spending 300 New Zealand dollars on like 3 meters of fur or whatever, but then you have to spend $400 paying taxes and getting it shipped, because obviously fur is very heavy. So people usually do group orders and stuff, but it's still a nightmare. Yeah, it does kind of suck. The US does seem to be the main manufacturer for it besides China. So I think a lot of people do buy from China, but you have to find good quality ones, which can sometimes be difficult. Grapefruit / stripe has a lisp and it's super cute. That is cute. I feel like you'd fit that. I'm working on the platypus for our friends right now. I'm going to make lots of progress on the head this week. Oh, that's so sick. I feel like platypus is such a unique species. Do you post your progress anywhere? Also, Firepaw Heartstar sounds like Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. I feel like it's a very generic man protagonist voice, so I feel like that could fit. but the guy has a kind of a Canadian twang to his voice, which is funny. Like, Greypool starts talking, and I half expect to end with him saying, eh. I honestly keep forgetting what Canadian accents sound like, to be honest. They're never, like, on the top of my head when I think of one. The geared steam locomotive is very popular among logging railroads, as they can run on very rough track and have insane pulling power, as well as being able to negotiate sharp or unruly bends. Although very slow, a shay will literally pull your entire neighborhood down, albeit very slowly. Well, that is good, because New Zealand is mostly valleys and mountains and cliffs. So, high key, I'm glad they're not going too fast. Yeah, shipping legitimately doubles the cost of fur, right? It's a nightmare. It actually sucks so bad. It sounds awesome. Wishing you luck and the materials working in your favor, literally. Likewise, I haven't posted any progress online, but if you have a Discord or something, I could send it. I do, yeah. Let me go to yoink. Hopefully that puts in the thing. Oh, it doesn't. Why is it? Oh. Firebot, why are you being evil about it? Is it even open? I actually don't know if Firebot is open right now. Did it crash? That could be a bit of an issue. Okay, well it's loading, so we'll see. Also, gang, I'm so sorry. I do have rice pudding and I want to eat it before it gets cold, so I'm just going to do that while chatting. So if I sound funny, my bad. Let's see if Telegram... Telegram? Why did I say Telegram? What did I read that said Telegram? Oh, it's downloading an update? Really, Firebot? Okay. Let me send the Discord link myself. I'll do this personally. Give me a sec. I will read rest of chat in a second, my darlings, but I need to do this real quick. Invite to server. Copy. Close. Close. Okay. There you go. That should work. Hopefully. Okay, speaking of China, the Chinese still use steam locomotives all over China. When one of the survivors is spotted and photographed by rail fans, it quickly disappears and is replaced by a local diesel locomotive. The Chinese government is finding it extremely embarrassing that they still use steam locomotives, so it's a bit of a cat and mouse game. That's kind of funny, but also, ain't nothing wrong. I think that's kind of cute. They're like, no, guys, we have real ones. We have real ones. It's like, girl, it's whimsical. It's fun. Do you guys use Telegram? I will bother you there if you do with Rigby stickers. Unfortunately, I'm not a big Telegram head. I don't really find it to be a good... It's a good, like, chatting app if you're messaging someone directly, but I feel like it's such a furry hub, and all the furries are on there, but it's just like a group chat with, like, 1,000 people on it, and it's just a nightmare. Like, I don't know, I don't really get the appeal as much. So, Heike, if you want to send Rigby stickers, Discord is the place to do it. I do always appreciate getting sent silly cat things. The Chinese still produce new steam locomotives all the way up until the early 2000s, when most countries ceased production in the 1950s. Huh. Why did they continue so long? Whenever I see a Discord link, my brain hears the shake my hand. Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand? Yes. Dude, my flatmate was watching Princess and the Frog the other day. I forgot how much of a banger that film was. I specifically DM. I never really talk in groups, so it makes sense why there's a disconnect and appeal. Yeah. Furries who use that, I'm in part of all of the main furry groups for, like, my city. And they're like a minimum of 6,000 in there. And I'm just like, girl, no one can keep track of any conversation. It's a nightmare. But yeah, I'm happy for DM. Or even just, like, the channel Discord server. Is not crazy chatty, so you're welcome just to dump silly memes or photos in there. Also, man, I fucking love rice pudding. This shit's so baller. What's everyone's favorite dessert? I don't know if rice pudding is my favorite, but it's pretty high up there, man. It's actually so gas. Like, what do you mean I can make a whole ass meal and then a dessert from the same material? This is awesome. I'm grooving with my bowl and my spoon right now. I'm sorry, I know this isn't very entertaining. I'm thriving, though. I sincerely hope you guys cannot hear me fucking eating this too much. Apologies if I am, I can mute myself. Okay, I've scarfed it. It was baller. It was awesome. Thank you, rice pudding gods. There's a place in New York City called Magnolia's that has an amazing banana pudding. I get it every time I visit. That does sound fucking baller. Big banana, dessert enjoyer. Shit's so yummy. What kind of like pudding is it? Because I feel like pudding can look like a lot of things. Like when you say word pudding, you know, banana pudding. I don't know if I want to give her the nose crook. I think I'm going to keep it. This coal is very plentiful and cheap resource in China, as well as how much the propaganda claims. And as much as they want it to be, not all of China's rail network has overhead electric lines for the new electric trains, so steam locomotives are just insanely cheap to operate there. True, I guess that makes sense. As well as the fact that mainly still existing mining or factory industrial applications, yeah. Sending some videos into the Discord art channel. Please excuse my ugly mug. Please excuse my ugly mug and mute to avoid my yapping. Dude, well maybe is the yapping good though? Is like the yapping contextual? Also, yeah, you're in. I will mute it for stream purposes. Oh my god, this is looking so fucking cute so far. The paws look swag. The tail? Oh my god, the tail's so cool. That's sick. Also, I love your sunroom. Also, girl, you can't be saying ugly mug. You look cool. Okay, I have it muted specifically because I don't know if my thing is going to catch it and play it on stream, and I don't want to do that. Whoa, the base looks sick! Is that like a high density sort of EVA foam and then like contact cement? That's sick. Also, oh my god, wait, is that a proper mannequin head? I'm so envious. I really like the Monster Maker's mannequin head. And they've got glasses? That's so fucking cute. What the fuck? This is so baller, dog. I'm actually so excited to see this done. That's sick as fuck. You swagging the fuck out. The tail is so baller, right? Little bit, maybe? Banana bread pudding specifically, I believe chunks of bready stuff in it. That sounds fucking dreamy, bro. That sounds so yummy. I also know platypi actually have fur on the tail, but my friend's character doesn't. Yeah, it's more about the vibes, right? Like the image of a platypus. Have you seen the Odd Ones Out video on Warriors? I liked it. Yeah, I did. I thought it was so funny. I was like, wait. I mean, I knew he was a furry ages ago, even before like officially he was like, and I have a fursuit. But it was so funny being like, oh my god, wait, and he's also into warrior cats? The fuck? Awesome sauce. Shout out. Yeah, it's EVA and contact cement. I borrowed the mannequin head from a friend. I also wish I had one. Yeah, it's really hard to find one here, like, because they're obviously US based, but like, even just like an accurate, obviously you have those shitty little foam ones that you can get like at costume stores and stuff, but they're not good for fursuit making. Putting aside that they're so light that they always topple over, like, they're just not the right proportion. The heads are way too small, necks are too long, and I'd love a Monster Maker's one, or just any sort of accurate, like, molding head. But they're so expensive, and they're so expensive to ship here. So I've never really had one, but I really fucking need one. Currently, my mannequin is like like a styrofoam head with bits of foam wrapped around it. It's a little bit dire. But we bull. We gotta make do with what we got. But yeah, man, a real mannequin head is on the goal list, because holy fuck, it's a nightmare to work with otherwise. What brushes do you use? I just use one of the preset ones. Sometimes I use this one, like this round one. But I usually, for when I'm actually doing line art or coloring, I use this one, which has like a slight fade to it, which I honestly thought I was using, but I guess I wasn't. And then I just erase a bunch over it when I'm doing line art. So it kind of has this like jagged texture to it. But that's literally just me coming in with the erase tool and making the texture. But yeah, I've never actually, I do have some brushes that I've imported, like this watercolor one, but they're mostly for experimenting or for things like background texture, like speckles or whatever. Like, I've never used any of these nature ones. I haven't used most of these, to be honest. But they're probably a good resource for me to try and use eventually. I just keep forgetting, honestly. Do you also use Krita, right? Or do you use Krita? Sorry if you've said it already and I've forgotten. My brain's not functioning at 110% today, to be honest. Straight up don't have one. Did you get something? Yeah. Honestly, it's quite. Could you actually, because you live in the US, I presume, right? Could you see if you could find one secondhand? I'm sure there'll be someone selling them around since they were manufactured there. Could be maybe a good bet. Oh my gosh. This ref sheet got hands, bro, and I'm receiving them. This shit sucks. I'm struggling. I put pictures of the remaining Chinese steam locomotives in the Discord and media so you can see. They beat the shit out of these things. They were like 2003 Honda Civic. Oh! Holy, bro. Yeah, these things look like skeletons. That's crazy. Old reliable type shit for real. They're kind of cool though. Like, I guess the other thing is that they're dusty if they're coal trains, right? That's cool though. I don't know. It's like a real old typical fucking steam train. That's sick. I love them though. I love the dirty, grimy, rusty look. Yeah. I don't know. It's something kind of funky about like, and then the red wheels are really cool, like a pop of color. I use Krita sort of. I don't draw much. I used to as a kid in a team, but kind of gave up. Never made any meaningful progress, and jealousy of my siblings, who actually was a good artist, kind of killed it. Trying to get back into it slowly. Yeah, that's valid. I feel like I was one of those kids who never like learned. I just sort of brute forced it. Like, I didn't really watch tutorials very often, if ever. I just had pony OCs and cat OCs, and I drew in class all the time, to the point I'd get in trouble for it. And that's always kind of been the thing. But I feel like I've yet to, like, I know it would be good for me to actually try learn properly, if that makes sense. Like, actually sit down and be like, I'm gonna learn anatomy. I'm gonna learn color theory. I'm very bad at colors. I want to learn what the fuck an alpha lock is, because I don't actually know. Stuff like that. Yeah, I think it would probably help a lot. I just never really did it. Lazy bones. Okay. That's something. Coltrane, Gears of War reference. Oh my god, why is frickin'... What is wrong with any disc? I really don't know what's up with her today. She's not feeling too hot. She keeps disconnecting. Sad face. Also, oh my god, everyone jumped in! Hello! Into the Discord server, I mean, sorry, specifically. Welcome in, gang. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work. Please and thank you. Okay. Fingers crossed it stays up this time. Nice. We're back, we're back. Comparison is the thief of joy, but we all do it, indeed, alas. I'm unfortunately very bad at bad at it. I compare myself to, like, specifically on progress and how much I progress. Like, I know my art's alright. I understand that I'm better than I was, and that's good. Oh, I hear a sound. Thank you for the hit pads! But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes, like, I go to an art market and I see people that are more put together than me, and I'm like, man, yeah, this sucks. But hey. Part of it is just continuing going, you know? Drawing class when we should be paying attention, gang. Yeah, legit. I just really want a model of one. They're officially called China Railway JS class. I want a model train of one to weather and paint like the pictures I sent. They're also $1,000 US because only Bachmann made them and it only did one production run. Yeesh. Would that be kind of the thing where, like, especially if you were just going to be painting it like yourself, like where a 3D printed model could be kind of the vibe? I don't know, I feel like that could be a more affordable way of like doing it, and also, you know, it's less of a punishment if you mess it up or anything, you know, there's like less stakes, I guess. Hope you get back into making art. I'm always such a huge supporter of anyone drawing and will always encourage people to keep at it no matter what. Legit. Like, I feel like, I mean, it's obviously easier said than done. I can't just be like, dude, you should draw, because obviously it's fucking exhausting, man. Like, I get it. But you should. I don't know. I think, like, it is quite joyous once you get doing it. Even if it's just doodling in a notebook at a cafe or, like, when you're on the bus or something. Don't know if you guys use the bus. It's the US. But, like, you know, maybe if you get driven around or something like that. Just making sketchy, shitty doodles for the sake of doing them, you know? Not for them to look good. Alpha lock means you can only draw on the parts of the layer that already have something on. So you won't increase opacity of anything or draw on transparent parts. Oh. Okay. Pookie. Oh, yo, Bach. You know Conductor Cow? Good evening, Kit and chat. And Nino, hi. Sorry, I'm very behind on chat today, but I hope you're doing well. This window looks a little serious. Did I come at the end of some viral version of a program or something? Anyway, how has the arting been for Artfight? Very limited. This is all we've done in the last 2 hours because I keep yapping, which is my bad. But everyone's so fun to talk to. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Been on and off. I think the worst part is putting up with years of putting it down and years later getting back in and being like, fuck, if I kept at it, I wouldn't have to start over every time. Yeah, that's such a big mood. Like, I am very guilty of starting a skill, putting it down, and then getting frustrated that I'm not as good as I was back then, and I have to be like, it makes sense. You haven't touched it. It's like running every day and then stopping for 5 years and then running and getting mad that your legs hurt. Like, no shit. But it is still very disheartening. I feel that. Bach is my companion. We always run into each other. Dude, Bach, I swear, has like, I don't know, like some sort of time turners type shit. They managed to go everywhere. It's kind of impressive. Dude, Bach is Santa's elves. Managed to get to everyone every night. How did you find Discordis? They were on my homepage, lol. Oh, Slay! That's actually kind of cool. I'm glad I was on your homepage. And then that on repeat forever. Yeah, that's real. Regards to alpha, it's great for coloring because you can fill the underneath of the liner or apply alpha lock and then do the colors without worrying about going outside of the lines. I should learn how to do that because I do that. I'll fill in a blob and then just select and then do invert selection to like make, like I'll select the outside of it, press invert selection, and then I'll only color the inside, but alpha lock just seems like a more direct way of doing that. You should add 7TV and better TTV emotes like Cat Jam. I used to have better TTV emotes, but not everyone can see them, so I stopped using them, but I do plan on adding more emotes. The only reason I haven't been adding more recently is just genuinely I'm planning on revamping my entire setup soon, and I don't want to like add stuff that doesn't vibe, but then I keep putting off revamping my thing, so it's just kind of a nightmare. I'm just procrastinating, crazy style. Oh nice, I met Discordis at a convention 2 years ago, yes! Sona arg, Sona angry, Sona ach, Sona beaten up, Sona blush, confused, crying, die now. Yeah, we gotta make the whole leg. Yo, frog. Oh my god, dude, Bach, you know everyone. I see you, dude. Welcome in. How are you? The issue with 3D printing model trains is you have the chassis to put together because all the running gear. Oh, of course you want them to run. I forget that these aren't just stationary models. Yeah. They need to be extremely precise, so I could 3D print everything from the wheels up, but I still need a rolling frame. Yeah. And I guess that's very specific to the train, right? There isn't just a generic one you could get and then just have the box of the train on the top and call it a day. The name is familiar, but I can't remember where I've seen you. We are the Yaplings, please feed us. I'm like the mama bird giving everybody word vomit, and then everyone here is just like slay. Awesome. Honestly, envy the people who post unchanging NS paint art on DeviantArt, who would consider subpar, most would consider subpar, because I'm like, damn, they don't care at all. They're just creating and proud of it, and I am here embarrassed. Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest part about art as an adult, any skill as an adult, is unlearning like shame and embarrassment, which is really hard. Especially when you're an adult and you understand what is good, like your taste and standards for art have evolved with you as you've grown up, but now your skills aren't on the same level, so the difference is even more harsh, which is, yeah, very disheartening. I think that's why it's kind of important. I feel like I wish I had a link off the top of my head I could send you, but there's like a lot of good teachings. I cannot remember what the fuck the channel is called, but kind of about letting go, like creating purposefully bad art, like on purpose, and going, this is gonna be bad. And then that's like the thought, like you're doing it bad on purpose, and unironically that helps a lot with like just getting used to putting stuff on the page. That's the main step always. It's putting shit down on the page. And that's the most important bit. You know, make it first, make it good later kind of shit. Because, yeah, I mean, I still do it, where, like, I'm looking at art and I'm like, I'm not ever gonna be this good. And it just makes me want to stop. But I think I've just ingrained drawing as a stim almost, right? When I'm bored, I'll just draw circles. They're not good circles, I'm not making anything, I'll just draw circles. Or squares, or stressed out looking cats. Which really are just multiple circles, because I also don't draw them very well. That's okay. I just knew. I know your name. I see you in a few chats. I can help you try use Alpha Lock today if we get to colors if you want. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna get there, to be honest. I've been yapping so hard. I've not even finished the line art. Fuck, or sketch. Also, girl, I made her miss leg day. What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. I'm good. I'm also preparing for Artfight. Yes, fellow Artfight person. What team are you on? How are you finding it? What are you prepping for? Sorry, that was like 3 questions, but I'd love to hear your answers. Had to refresh, and I forgot that the Twitch audio compressor that is on by default makes you like barely audible. Oh? I didn't know that was a thing. How do you fix, like, is that just like on automatically for everyone? Maybe I should be compensating my audio for that. Friend, as someone who has also been getting in and out of art over the years, let me share with you a little more slow advice. When you haven't picked up drawing for some time, take it real easy on yourself. Give yourself something short-term to finish, like a doodle or an art exercise. A little thing you can accomplish within a day. Grease it slowly and you'll get your groove. Unfinished is better than perfect, legit. And also, yeah, doing quick and easy, finishable things is such a big one. I'm so guilty of being like, and I'm gonna do a massive project with this one thing I haven't done in ages, like sculpting or painting with acrylics, and then I'm like, and in my head I'm gonna envision this beautiful, gorgeous, well-made thing, and then I start and I want to quit immediately. Even digital art, my main form of art, if I don't do digital art for a while, which sometimes happens, sometimes I won't draw digitally for months, and I'll just doodle in my sketchbooks, or not at all, and then I'll come back and I'll be like, I'm gonna make this cool thing, and I just get stuck. It sucks. It makes me feel like I've lost everything, and it just makes me want to explode. And it's just like, I have to be like, girl, you haven't done digital art in 3 months. Doesn't matter that you've been doing it for years. If you stop doing something for 3 months, you're gonna be a little rusty. But Heike, that's why I love Artfight. It's probably the most, grease, I guess, if we're gonna use that term. Like, the most, I cannot use the term oiled, that's not right. I'm not gonna say oiled up. You know what I mean, though. I get my flow going because I'm drawing a small thing like every day. You know what I mean, gang. My bad. I've got volume boost on though. True. Also, Blue Bengals, sorry, I didn't get the ping for some reason, but thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? Yeah, so sorry. I don't know why it didn't pop up for me. That's really weird. I've also managed to go to a workshop by some of the Pixar guys, and the best advice you got from it, you have 1,000 bad drawings inside of them. Get them out as fast as possible. True. Unironically, yeah. It is obviously very hard. I guess I don't mean to, I'm sure none of us mean to, like, kind of dismiss the feelings you have, I guess. I think we've all just been there. But it's kind of one of the things where it's like, not even, what's the expression, like, easier said than done, right? We've kind of learned the lesson the hard way. And it still doesn't make it any easier when we have to deal with it. It's not automatically for me, at least. I don't know what it is. I was gonna be like, I can't hear you when I first joined before clicking around, and suddenly you popped into being hearable. That's really bizarre. I wonder if other people have that issue. Like, I don't know if I can do anything on my settings to counteract that. But, like, that's really strange. Where's the option to fix that? Because sometimes I go into chats and I can't hear anything. And I always thought it was their bad audio. Team Mystery! Hey! Let's go! I'm ghost that we have 3 teams, and I started drawing on my stream on the night before Artfight, and then I got the theme got released. Sorry, I'm so bad at reading. Reopened the file and I went, wait a minute, and then started turning that sketch into a new save, and to, fuck bro, my typing is crazy. My typing? Girl, can you tell I haven't been sleeping well? My bad. Then I started turning the sketch from that into a new OC based on my team for the year. That's so cool! Dude, also, actually, Heike, everyone who's doing Artfight this year, drop your shit in this chat, or if you're in the Discord, feel free to pop it into the art share. Yeah, I'm Team Tragedy. I was really stuck between tragedy and comedy, but my friends chose tragedy for me, because I love blue and I love yellow, so it was a very hard pick. Fellow Team Mystery! I was also so flabbergasted. Yes, I remember hearing about it in advance, so I was less surprised, but it is very cool. 10-year anniversary for the website, I believe. That's the celebration. I get you. I think my bad habit is picking things up and then dropping them. I've picked up a lot of languages and dropped them. I've tried drawing and dropped it. I've also tried music and dropped that. I'm also like, I'm often like, I need to do this, and then it dies. I've been described as manic before, because I've spent hundreds of dollars on stuff like that before. Yeah. What in the world is Artfight? Dude, it's great. Yeah, it is. Artfight is basically an online website, where the goal is to, like, draw art for other people, but, like, you attack them, so obviously these terms are kind of loose. So, say we were on opposite teams, hashtag ad? Is there an ad playing right now? Or did you just, or is it just because I'm explaining things? Actual ad? No, I'm doing a bit. Okay, splendid. No, thank God. I was like, concerned, Tosh. I take things too literal, and I'm tired and I'm dumb. My apologies. Yeah, it does kind of sound like an ad, doesn't it? Like, Artfight is great. If you join now, you can get up to 99.9% off using our special code. My bad, gang. But it is actually sick. It's basically like, so say we're on separate teams, and I attack you by drawing your character, and when I do that, I get a bunch of points for my team. And that's basically the whole premise. So then you can either attack another person by drawing their character, or you can revenge by attacking me back, and basically it's just a big old excuse to draw other people's OCs for a month. And at the end there's points. There's no like prize besides like bragging rights that your team won. But yeah, there's like some rules on like what you can and can't do, and how your attack, like your drawing, is categorized to quantify how many points it's worth. But yeah, it's kind of a fun time. I've been doing it for a few years straight now. It's quite a good little vibe. And it doesn't, you don't need any art skill level or anything. It's literally just doing it for the love of the game. Also, sorry, back to the first thing. Yeah, I'm a big jack of all trades, master of none kind of person. I pick up new hobbies constantly and then never touch them again. You can't see this because I don't have a webcam, obviously. But on my side, I have boxes of craft shit, most of which I haven't touched in maybe years. And like, high-key, I have more boxes outside my room because I still haven't unpacked them, and they're filled with even more craft stuff. I'm actually so bad for that. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I get them in bursts. But yeah, usually when I want to try a new thing, I have to do the, like, I have to have it on my roster for 1 month before I purchase anything, and that stops me from impulse buying. Because I'm someone who spends money on impulse, but also when I'm feeling sad, like, I like to spend money. So it's very important that I'm like, if it's a big purchase, I have to wait for like a few weeks at least to see if I still want to do it. It's a 1 month international art trade for the month of July for artists to come together and enjoy making art and supporting other artists, letting you draw and push yourself while making others hyped. Pretty good way of describing it. Wouldn't this create a lot of anxiety of obligation to draw people? Not really. You don't have to draw anyone. And if someone draws your character, you don't have to draw them back. Like, it's really chill. Some people go super hard and draw 1,000 pieces. Some people do 1 every year. Like, it's super chill. No stakes. It's just do it if you have the time and if you want to. Honestly, it's kind of a nice chill time. I wouldn't say that it creates too much of a feeling like that. And if anyone ever tries to make you feel like that, like, don't listen to them. The point of it is just an excuse to have fun and gift art. And you can draw whoever. There's hundreds of people. You can find people by username or just randomize. You can find a random person and just surprise them even though you don't know them. Very chill, very chill. Yes, this will be my 3rd year. Always such an exciting time. True, what were your previous teams? Not really. You can go at your own pace and make art as complex as art you feel. You just do whatever you want. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Just do whatever you want. As complicated or as minimal as you want. Everything counts. And it's just literally for the shits and giggles. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, Lamo. Yeah, bestie, you, me, and you both. But I do want to write. It's one thing I was passionate about, and I love creating lore and world building, so it'd be a good fit to get back into. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like that seems like, if it's something, like, even you're passively good at, sometimes, like, I mean, I don't know how much of a structure person you are. Everyone obviously has different methods for getting themselves to do stuff, but, like, high-key, like, being like, I'm just gonna do a tiny, like, word vomit thing every day. Write what's off the top of my head, like writing exercises. That could be a good way to flex the muscle, I guess, you know? Sheesh, I feel that. Yeah. Yes and no. I specifically stated when joining Artfight for the first time that you're not obligated to respond to attacks, or have something to defend with. A lot of people start them and never finish them, so it's also a big practice session. Pretty much what they said. I've dropped my Artfight account and the progress I've made for the OC. I've dropped my Artfight account and the progress I've made for the OC I'm making based on my team. True. Is that in the Discord? Also, I blew $5,000 within a few months. I'm very bad with money. My mum is worried about me being on her life insurance, Lamau. Yeah, I honestly wish I could give you better advice because I am very bad with money. I'm very, it's kind of like the instant gratification of buying things. Like, this will make me feel better. Like, the dopamine hit, again, especially when I'm feeling sad. I try not to do it too much, and it's usually still stuff I know I'll enjoy. It's not like just trash, but like, you know, it's still not great for me. And I often get like, in the, oh my god, I need this in the moment. And it's taken so long to like actually sit down and like help myself not do it. And I still do it! I still do it all the time. It sucks. Some of the things I've found help have been like creating budgets. And I don't mean like, oh, just this one list I made one time and then not checking it. I mean like a weekly, and every week when you spend something, I put money down. I have a notes app on my app, like my phone. And I've got like $70 for food, $10 for public transport, $30 for eating out. And every time I spend money that week, I fill out the number. And I always do that before I check it. And if I want to buy something and I can't afford it that week, I just have to wait till next week. Money is really hard when it's kind of this like liminal thing in the back of your head. I think sometimes keeping it as a present, you're constantly checking it and you're constantly aware of it, at least helped me a bunch. It helped me like notice when money left my account, because obviously when you just have a card in your La la la, pay for this, pay for that. I spent hundreds of dollars so often. It was really bad. I'd often have a bank account that was literally at zero, and I would be living away from home. Like, I wasn't with my parents. So it was bad. It was bad. I feel you. Yeah, in your art share channel. Oh, true. Let me freaking open that up. Oh, cool. Oh, the mask is sick. Also, girl, the rendering on the muscles? Slay. Also, let me follow you on Artfight. Again, gang, anyone who wants to chuck their Artfight profile down, I'm pretty bad at remembering usernames, so I may not be able to attack everyone, but I do guarantee revenges personally, because I think it's really fun to revenge people. So, feel free. We're gonna see each other on the battlegrounds. I also just closed my reference sheet that I had open passively, so that's my bad. Let me just do that. Oh yeah, my Artfight, I think I did just set up, I don't know if Firebot is working still. Install and exit. Wait, splendid, and then I can go dunk, and then I can go Artfight. I think people don't see writing as a notable creative talent because it's harder to tell apart good and bad writing over good and bad art, which is more obvious to see for most people. Someone might read something bad and not really understand why they don't find it engaging, while with bad art they'll just say something like, well, just look at it, so it's valued more, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I think it's more of a like literal visual thing, which is kind of frustrating, but I wouldn't say necessarily it's valued less. I think maybe people, yeah, like you said, they're maybe not as good at analyzing it, I guess. But to be fair, a lot of the time people aren't very good at analyzing art. They'll know that something looks bad, but if you actually try to ask them what they don't like about it, they might be able to say like, oh, it looks weird, but they can't tell you what looks weird, if that makes sense. Same with writing. It's like, oh, I didn't fuck with this. I don't know, I just didn't like it very much. It felt weird while reading it. But they can't tell you like, oh yeah, the way that the characters are written, you know? I agree that definitely the visual aspects do not help. Like, art is very visual, human, very visual creature. But I don't know, I think people respect writing. I think sometimes it's just the thing of like most art. People don't consider it respectable because it's art, even though people consume it all the time. You know what I think is a truly crazy, underrated art skill? Man, sound editors have it rough. Like, audio editors specifically, not musicians, people who do audio editing. That's crazy, because a good audio edit will never be noticed by an audience. Like, actually no one notices it when, like, in films or television, like, audio's good. No one gives a fuck about that. That's crazy. Like, they're like, because it's so well done. Which is kind of weird, hey. Don't stress at all, I'm doing a business degree this year and I'm just hoping to get one attack. Whoa, congrats on business degree, that seems kind of cool. Are you on your way out? I could try joining. I asked for my birthday. It's asking for my birthday. Is this adult only? I would prefer that. It's not adult only, but it is completely like a safe for work site. So you can't do anything in SFW. You can check their rules for like more specifics. But I do think they still have an age limit, so yeah. But you can also put like, you know, minors DNI, don't interact. Obviously not everyone abides, but for the most part it's kind of young adults, I think. That's like maybe the main demographic. I tried doing Artfight years ago and tried too hard and burnt myself out. I might try again this year and limit it to myself for 1 hour a day. Unfortunately, I'm competitive, and the fact that they give you more points for a more detailed piece drew me into overexerting myself. True. Yeah. Don't go be doing that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yeah, it'd be cool if there was a mode where you could turn off the amount of points it gave you. You know, like how you can turn off likes and stuff, like on other social medias. But yeah, I mean, if you do it, by all means, swing by. A 1 hour a day limit doesn't seem too bad either. It means that you can kind of pace yourself. And even if you only do one piece, like that would be really cool. The human mind retains memories in images than words. Yeah, the backroom soundscape, true. I just found out one of the bigger streamers I follow was lurking in my chat while I was streaming my prep today. I was singing so off key. Oh my god, dog. You have my condolences. Gang, a lot of you in chat at the moment are new folk. I have this, you might notice if you scroll all the way to the bottom of my redeems, there's a thing called Sing Me a Song, Mr. Piano Man. That has been redeemed once, when it was only 1,500, and then I keep on upping it every time, because I don't want anyone to ever redeem it again. But it's kind of funny keeping it, because everyone still does it. I'm still saving. Girl, you're not getting there. If you ever get close, I don't know, I'm doing something drastic. How do they determine detailed? Basically there's a bunch of categories that'll be like, oh, thank you for the hydrate. There's a bunch of categories like, is it a sketch? Is it lined? Or is it a messy color? Or is it like a clean color, like colors in the line, or like polished? Does it have a background? Is it animated? And all of those, you'll like click each one when you submit an image, and it will tally the points that way. And if you're ever confused, there's a help button at the top, and you can go to the bottom and it says attack categorization, and you can check all of the information. It's safe for work. Fuck. I think there might be like, you're allowed some degree of like artistic stuff, but not like, yeah, explicit shit. There are general categories that you mark when you submit that piece, like if it's a headshot. Girl, I feel like I need to keep reading chat before I yap. Everyone's answering before me because I'm so behind. What Windy Valley said, basically. Thank you for the hydrate again. I did say that, but I got a Pepsi. I'm taking another sip. I'm gonna make you sing Weird Al's Trapped in the Drive-Thru, which is 11 minutes long. That's the best part. They're not actually allowed to choose what I sing. Which is good, because I actually don't know that many songs off by heart. I don't listen to one song consistently enough. The first time it happened, I sang You'll Be Back, the one Alexander Hamilton song that's sung by King George, and I sung Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra. And then I'm never singing anything again, ever. So, enjoy it while it lasts. 150M, my sibling in pixels. Do you expect any of us to live long enough to attain the wealth to redeem that? Legit, I just keep upping it. It used to be 150,000, and I just keep adding zeros. I can't even draw wolf yaoi, what's the point? This world is so cruel. I'm already at 2 million. Fuck off, you are not. Actually? Girl, you're at 2 million and you haven't redeemed a single drink or snack. Okay. Alright, man. Or a head pat. Biblical agreed. You're one of the elite 1%, and I should have you shot on sight, dog. We're gonna ignore the fact that as the streamer I technically have infinite mochi wealth, so I'm different, gang. I'm special. Carry on, soldier. Check Discord, bruv. Oh? Which Discord? Brother! That's 3.2 million! The fuck? Holy shit. Actually problematic. Maybe when I revamp my stream, I'll just get rid of it. What if we offer to sing with you for a lower redeem amount? Okay, but how do I trust that you guys are gonna do it? You sounded completely normal, and then you said fuck off, which sounded so Australian. Oh my god. Yeah, actually, wait, you guys are American. Do I sound American? Everyone here thinks I sound American. And it's because everyone here sounds like a Kiwi. It's because I pronounce my R's. Everyone here's like, do you want to get in the car? They don't pronounce the R's. I say car, and I pronounce my A's. So, car. People don't say that here. Not necessarily. What do I sound like? Because here's the thing. Obviously, everyone who is like, as an American, maybe I don't sound American, right? Not even necessarily true. I have had Americans comment, but it's always Americans. If American tourist ever comes to New Zealand and they think I'm American, they either think my parents are American or they think I'm American but from a different state than they are, which is always really funny. But I don't think I sound that American. But everyone here is like, oh, are you American? Sometimes they think I sound British because when I'm a bit stressed out, I start talking like this. And it's not like a good British accent, but I do just start speaking a bit like this. And they're like, oh my god, are you British? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And it's not even a good British accent. I just go slightly British, and they're like, oh. It's because, oh my god, man, any disc. Why are you doing this to me? New Zealand is a very mishmash cultural place, so high-key it's quite normal for people to have, like, mixed accents, because half of the people here are immigrants. Makes sense. But yeah, so I always have funny little silly conversations. But no one has ever fucking guessed, ever, where I'm actually from, like, where I was born. The closest, everyone was always like Europe, America, Canada sometimes, even though I definitely don't sound fucking Canadian, so I don't know where they're pulling that out of. Sometimes I've had someone say Australian, even though I don't sound Australian, but I guess New Zealand is kind of similar to the untrained eye. And I don't mean like in the moment, like just then when I say, oh, fuck off. That's understandable. I just mean in general. But no one's ever guessed where I'm actually fucking from. The closest I've ever had was someone said Brazilian, and I'm like, I don't think I sound Brazilian or look Brazilian, but thanks, I guess. I watch a streamer called Lenyabat who has a karaoke list when you redeem the Sing thing. You should do something similar to that and fill it with songs you know specifically. That's kind of cute. You have a very slight vague accent. It's just kind of vague, like it's generic foreigner. Yeah, that's literally it, generic foreigner. I've been around enough Aussies to catch the accent, but yours is certainly more subtle. True. Like I might assume you're American with parents from somewhere else. Right. I'm new here. And Australian? You just sound Kiwi to me. Yeah, okay. I have a friend in New Zealand who sounds like straight from California. I think that's kind of a common thing here, because New Zealand, a lot of New Zealand media is American produced, so a lot of people grow up with American twangs. Folks who spend formative years indulging in a lot of online content. Yeah, that too. You don't sound British. If you put a gun to my head and told me to guess, I'd either say South African or Australian and then have my head blown off. I don't know what South African sounds like. They have quite a specific twang. Like, I can't mimic it, but I'm trying to think of all the South African people I've known who have had a notable South African accent. Don't they end a lot of things like going up? Any last words, mate? Literally. I've got my little cork hat and I put a gun out. South African accent is bonkers. I've got to be honest, man. South African is a first one. I don't think I've ever had South African, so that's... I feel like I can add it to my bingo list of every country. You know what's funny? When I went to my native birth country, for context, I've lived in New Zealand since I was 1, so I should have a New Zealand accent. I don't have a New Zealand accent. No Kiwi would look me in the eyes and say I have a New Zealand accent, right? I have a mixed accent for sure. Definitely more American-leaning by New Zealand standards because of the way I pronounce my A's and my R's. When I went to my home country, which I've said the name of my home country, so a lot of you guys will know it, but the new people won't, which is why I'm being vague. I had everything except the home country. They're like, you sound Spanish, as in like from Spain. You sound French. You sound maybe, what the fuck? I had French. I had Mexican. I had American. I did have American again. God, man. I had everything except the one I was from. Thank you. Oh, also, Frogget, thank you. Oh, sorry, not even Frogget. Froggin. You should give me the phonetic spelling of your username so I can say it right. I will say frog until then. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. When I hear things that sound British, but not quite, I just assume South African, and sometimes I'm right. That's valid. There was a lot of European colonization, but it was mostly Dutch, wasn't it? You do sound kind of like, Izzy though, so I guess maybe that's just the New Zealand accent. I'm sure there's something in my accent that makes me sound New Zealand, but dude, search up a classic Kiwi accent, dog. That shit is so gas. Eventually you'll be able to make Yakko's roll, but with all the countries people have guessed, that's actually such a funny idea. Maybe I should. Froggen D's nuts got him. Lamau. I normally swap back and forth between frog or froggen, so up to you. Okay, splendid. Frog or froggen it shall be. Thank you very much for the follow. Also, holy shit. I cannot believe I had that up for so long. My bad, gang. It was meant to be art. But yeah, no, I've had everything except my country. I've been called Croc and Crocs. Damn, I called you by your full legal Twitch name, huh? I really went Crocswearer. User Crocswearer, welcome into my chat. My bad, gang. Like when your parent says your full legal name when you're angry. Which, by the way, I know is a meme. I have never had my parents say my full legal name when they're angry. That shit's wild. Like, if someone said my full legal name, I'd lose my shit. Like, what the fuck do you mean? How do you know this, first of all? Second of all, why are you saying it? It's very bizarre. Yo, Blue Bengal, welcome in. May I offer you some nice... May I offer you this nice pancreas in these trying times? Dude, I think we could all do with a new pancreas every now and again. Nah, no, some people do that too. Dude, Blue Bengal, how you doing? Was that your pancreas? Do you need a new one? What's up, wearer? Parents doxing you when angry. Like, yeah, buddy, of course you know my name. Legit. What's next? They're gonna drop my IP address when they're mad at me? When they give me timeout? When I'm cross with my mom, I full name her by calling her mother. Mother is crazy. Saying, like, actual mother when you're, like, actually mad at somebody is so funny. I don't know. I think it's something, like, I would never do it because I think I'd feel like, it's not in my natural vocabulary, but I think there's something really funny about overly formalizing something when you're mad at them and you're not speaking formally because you're also mad as fuck. It's just a little silly. Yeah, my parents have called me my full name, but it's so rare that when it does, it's still so much fear when it happens. Well, that's the thing. If someone did that, I'd be like, I'm about to get murdered. Like, they're about to put me on death trial. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Full legal name is, like, reserved for, like, you know, doctor's appointments and, like, government papers, like, signing stuff. If a regular person were ever to fucking say that to me, I think I'd lose my mind. I think I'd, like, actually... Maybe I'd just start crying. Like, it's just such a bizarre concept. Like, I think it would actually stress me out so much. Like, I'd be severely weirded out. I think that sort of thing should be banned as, like, maybe psychological warfare or torture or something. Give me a moment and I can give you both. Oh, you're so generous, Blue Bengal. Thank you. And then I can just start a pancreas collection. Yippee! Yippee! Oh my god! Wait! Hello? Do we have a raid? Lexa! Lexa Mitsun, how are you doing? Oh my gosh! And a raid with 16 viewers, girl. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, welcome in. We're talking about how it's really funny that, like, full legal names, like how parents will sometimes say that, and I've never had it happen, and it would freak me the fuck out if my parents ever say my, like, full legal name. Like, I would assume I was getting put on death trial. You know what I mean? Like, it's a crazy pull. But how was your raid? What were you guys up to? How was your raid? God. Girl, can you tell I haven't slept? How was your stream? What were you guys up to? Long time no freaking see. How you doing? How you doing? Let me catch up real quick with the frickin'... Oh my god, our chat is a little cursed, gang. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Me and my mom call each other by our overly formal words. For the fun of it, she'll call me offspring, and I'll call her maternal unit and birth giver. That's crazy. Yo, pulling out, like, generic, descriptor words. Hiya, it was good. We were playing 999. Oh, true? I don't know if I'm familiar with it. What's it about? Video game, I presume. Yo! Bach is in chat, bro. But yeah, frickin', I mean, sorry, I feel like I meant to introduce myself, right? Hello, gang. Thank you for everyone coming in. Right now we're working on an Artfight reference sheet for one of my Warrior Cats OCs. But I usually do variety streams. I play, games. Usually roguelikes or community, night games like Peak. We played Repo last stream. We might be playing Lethal Company next time we do it. And then I draw most of the rest of the time. It's part of the Zero Escape Game series. It's a puzzle escape room death game. That sounds sick as fuck. The hell? Oh my gosh. Yo! Blue Bengal, thank you! Dude, and Simon Red, welcome to the subscribed gang. That's very kind, Blue Bengal. I really appreciate it. And hey, actually, Blue Bengal, if you're ever here in the future, for my Tomodachi Life, sorry, that's the other game I play, guys. I play a lot of Tomodachi Life. Blue Bengal and Simon Red, if either of you guys are around for that, I have a thing, as you can actually tell by the bottom of my stream, which I forgot to get rid of, but, subs get custom Miis. I can either make your persona or your fursona. And you get to choose the clothes, the room, the personality, the whole shebang. So if you ever catch me streaming that, you're more than welcome to submit a reference sheet or an image, and I will make your little guy. Hello, fruit of my labor, to you as well, my giver of life. That's kind of cute, honestly. Yeah, it's like an interactive visual novel. It's got a really interesting story where you have to escape the ship in 9 hours, game time. That does actually sound sick. I freaking love silly puzzle games. Is it on, I'm assuming like on Steam, maybe? Or like, perhaps, like Itch.io? Like, I don't know how new it is. Oh my gosh, I keep getting distracted, gang. I need to actually lock in and do the art I said I was gonna do. But yeah, and also, did you just start playing at the stream? Or have you been chipping away at it? Like, is it a long game? Snack time? Oh my days, I actually was just saying like, oh my god, Squeak, you got 3 million fucking mochi points, you need to redeem snack. And it just occurred to me that I don't have a snack. I did finish my very yummy rice pudding, and then I didn't get anything. Let me see if I've got anything kicking around in my room, Hypey, and if not, maybe I eat like pencil shavings? Could that be good? Ignore my squeaky ass chair, gang. It's, I keep it for aesthetic purposes, I swear. You know what? I could go for an apple and rhubarb crumble. Don't fucking say that in front of me right now. Holy shit, dog. That sounds mouth-watering. Also, dude, Lixa, sorry, I completely forgot to say, please go and have a snack and a drink and a rest. It's kind of getting late. I do recall, do forgive me if I got this wrong, but you're in New Zealand as well, right? But yeah, I hope you have a very good little rest. And I'll catch you around in a little bit. It's our 3rd stream of it so far. We're right at the end of Route 1, and there are multiple endings. Oh, true! Oh, that's sick. So, interactive story game, but also, like, your like, choices do actually make a difference. Some ice cream or thickened cream, potentially some custard. Dog, you're actually evil. This is actually mean. Can I ban you for being cruel to me? That sounds so fucking yummy. I haven't had proper apple crumble in yonks, dog. Like, I love that shit. Apple crumble, awesome. Rhubarb crumble, awesome. Apple and rhubarb crumble, holy fuck. I just love bread and fruit. Real basic human ass statement, huh? I like bread and fruit, as if that hasn't been a majority of humankind for like all of time. But that shit's bussing. It's bussing for a reason. It's actually so fucking yummy. Aren't all chairs ass chairs? True. You know what? I guess unless you're like crazy about it and maybe you're doing handstands on it or something. You gotta have some. I mean, I definitely would if I had any disposable. Unfortunately, it's nearly 12 for me, so I don't think anything is open that would have it, but maybe it's on my to-do list. I am having jaw surgery later this week. So that's kind of a random ass bombshell to drop on the new people. I'll tell you guys about that later. It's kind of a long story. But I am going to be needing some sort of soft foods to eat for a while, so honestly, apple crumble, rhubarb sort of vibe sounds like it could be really yum. Apple crumble is the best, agreed. And yeah, for sure, your choices definitely change things. Okay, slay. Let me write it down. What did you say it was? 999? Game? I'll have to check it out. And yeah, that's right. I'm from New Zealand. Almost midnight time for me. Yes. New Zealand gang. How do you feel? Dude, we've had, I think today, God, forgive me if I'm wrong. Today was our shortest day of the year. How was it for you? Are you ready for the days to start getting longer and for it not to feel like fucking 8 p.m. when it turns like 5? I'm so ready, man. It kind of sucks going outside and it being like 2 p.m. and being like, it feels like it's 6. It feels way later than what it's meant to be. How would someone describe the taste of rhubarb to someone who had never tried it? Me, I think. Tart. Like, it bounces the sweet with tart. Yeah, it's kind of like, it is quite sweet, but yeah, it definitely has like a kind of tangy tartness. And it's quite yum. Obviously when it's in an actual tart, like an apple crumble, rhubarb crumble, it's extra sweet because you chuck heaps of fucking fruit in there, but it's pretty good. I personally definitely prefer it in, like when it's cold, like in salads, but you can have it roasted and stuff as well, like alongside potatoes. Though I'm not a big roasted, vegetables person, so I can't really comment on on it in that form. Oh yeah, I forgot you were also from New Zealand too. Awesome. Yeah, New Zealand gang. Yippee! I love knowing that there's other people out there. I know that, like, in my head, New Zealand is a 5 million big country, right? But it always feels so rare to find another New Zealander online. Every time I see one, I'm like, oh my god. You and me, we're basically neighbors. We're basically besties immediately. We live in the same country, and no one else in the world knows our country fucking exists. Like, it's so crazy when I'm like, hey guys, I'm from New Zealand, and people are like, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot that we actually get left off almost every map ever made. My bad. Yeah, that sounds like a flavor profile right up my street. It's honestly grand. I'd say try it in all its forms, because it does actually make a pretty big difference for me. Again, I don't really like it like warm and roasted. But cold in a salad is pretty yummy, and of course in a fruit tart or some sort of sweet treat, it is delicious. So definitely give it a few different goes. Do you guys drink root beer over there? I mean, I think it's sold. I wouldn't say it's like a cultural thing. Like, so maybe you can back me up on that. Maybe I just have never had it, like, properly, but, I feel like it's not as big of a thing as it is in the US. I feel like I always hear people from the US go, like, root beer. And I'm like, yeah, we have, like, L&P. L&P is our root beer. Oh my god, guys! You guys don't know what L&P is. It's awesome. It's like a lemony... okay, it's actually a little hard to describe. It's like, kind of like Sprite, but like different and better, maybe. It's made in New Zealand. Do you have a Woolies near you? Wait, frog. Woolies? Girl, did I just forget and you said it, or did you not say? Are you Australian or New Zealand? As in Woolies, as in Woolworths? Question mark. I'm gonna put a cucumber in my face hole. Cucumber fucks. I'll be the first person to say I like cucumber. Cucumber's kind of awesome, and it fucks in a salad. I'm basking in still light at Northern Hemisphere. Oh, from Una. Sorry, Froggy and Una, you have the same color on my stream, like your username. 10 p.m. light sounds amazing. I need that. Maybe with a little balsamic vinegar? Yes! Sorry, I'm so behind on chat, my bad. But yes, balsamic vinegar, fucks. Nearest one is a couple countries away, unfortunately. Born, raised, and resides in the Philippines. True. Ah, bugger, there's a good brand called Nana's that make amazing apple... Oh, okay, so you fully are NZ or, Australian. Yeah, like the frozen ones that you can get in the freezer, those are yummy. Oh yeah, for sure, it's great randomly stumbling across other New Zealand people. Yeah. Can I take a ferry from Australia to New Zealand? Yeah, maybe if it's a cruise ship. Root beer, not a thing here. Yeah, no, it really isn't. That's like, I don't know if it's maybe British as well, but definitely mainly US, I feel like. North America, anyway. Lemony root beer? Kill them. I don't think it's a lemony root beer. It's just like a Sprite, like a lemony drink. Oh, I did compare it. It's our root beer. I meant it more like it's our national, like, yeah, this is the drink everyone here drinks. LMP tastes exactly like a lemonade popsicle, but with the stick. Yeah, a little bit. It's really good. I'm Aussie. Slay! Neighbor countries. Country neighbors? You know what I mean. Yeah. But you guys also have Aldi's, right? You guys aren't stuck in the New Zealand, supermarket duopoly where we just have two companies that own all the supermarkets, which sucks majorly. LMP is great, agreed. My fave soft drink by far, for real. It's a very special treat. I do enjoy it quite a lot. I'm trying to think of other fizzies I like. Hot take, I don't really like Coke that much unless it's the sugar-free version. I know people sometimes don't like the sugar-free taste, but for me it's that regular Coke makes my teeth feel weird. Like, it feels like it strips the enamel off my teeth. I like ginger beer too! Oh my god, girl, wait. Bundaberg ginger beer? High key? I'm a big fan, and if you know any other good ginger beer brands, hit me up, bro. I need to expand my tasting of ginger beer. I'm also a big lemon, lime, and bitters person. You can get A&W, but it's not very common. Yeah, A&W is like quite of like a, you know, you'll find them at the dairy sometimes. Sounds like quite a delight, actually. The temptation to get apple and rhubarb crumble out of my savings money. Save till next week. Save till next week. When you get your paycheck, hopefully. Or, you know, whatever, whenever you get money next. We do have Aldi's now. Have you had Jarritos Fizzy? I know that Jarritos, a lot of people like them, and I feel like I should like them as someone from Latin America originally. I think they're kind of too sweet. Or maybe it was just the one I had. It just tasted very much like syrup that had been fizzed. You know what I mean? But maybe I need to give them another go. It has been a few years since I've had one. Will you be recovering from surgery in July? The hell's happening then? Yeah, oh right, surgery! I was like, I really went, oh yeah guys, I'm having surgery by the way, and then I just forgot to address the elephant in the room. Man, miss that guy. Yeah, I'm having jaw surgery this week, actually, as in like, well not this week, this coming week. I'm getting 6 millimeters cut off the top of my jaw so it stops growing, because it's still growing, so my face is slightly wonky. Basically one side of my jaw just kept growing and didn't stop, so they have to stop it before they can fix the rest of my jaw. That face when jaw surgery is tomorrow, dude, I'm literally gonna make a meme about it. Like, I'm gonna make a meme to post the day before my surgery. But yeah, the TLDR, I'm gonna have to be eating soft foods, and I'm probably gonna be out of it for a few days. Apparently by day 10 they can take out the stitches, and then I'm kind of chill. I just have to be very gentle, not talk too much, not eat anything hard for a bit. We'll see how it goes. A little spooky, but we will. No, Bundaberg cream soda is peak. No, I agree. Bundaberg cream soda is pretty yum. Then Bundaberg one that dyes your tongue dark red. Yes. Hardy Boys is really good too. The sweet one, not the dry one, but got a really solid ginger kick, so it's not for everyone. No, I fuck with ginger, dog. Everyone hates my concoction that I make when I'm sick. But I swear to fucking God, like, I swear by it. I feel like it heals me every time. Hot water, ginger, lemon, garlic, which is the one that throws people off, but a little bit of garlic is awesome, and then honey. That shit's gas. I'm a big ginger enjoyer. You might love it then? Slay. What's it called? Hardy Boys. I'll copy that and put it in my browser so I remember to look at it later. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that brand. Maybe I'll recognize the logo? Hardy Boys, maybe that's not the word. Hardy Boys, ginger beer. Untapped. Oh, the logo's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen them before. Are they like a smaller local company or something? The illustration is sick. The time when you're becoming Giga Chad in real time, you can saw it off for real. I'm having a knife fight with my surgeon. Gotta figure out which friend I can rope into playing MTG on Tabletop Simulator with me right now. Dude, get Squeak. Squeak! Jingle, 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 jingle! Squeak has recently gotten me into Magic the Gathering, but I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at it at all. But I want to get better. I'm just not very smart. And also it's expensive. I've been getting into it again. Yeah, well, Sweet got into it, and then I got into it. I'm not sure if you can get it everywhere, though. Right. Garlic and honey. Throw them into the salt mines. No! No! Croc! Trust. I actually swear it's good. You don't put a lot of it, right? And you definitely don't put, like, the pulp stuff. Like, this is like you get a whole... like a thing, because if you get like the pulpy stuff in a jar, like the pre-grated like shit, that's gonna be way too strong. I do like a half a lemon, a good squeeze of lemon, a huge dollop of honey, because that's the main sweetener, and then like a small, like you just get a garlic and a garlic knob and like a ginger segment, and you just chop them up, and you can either just hold them down with your spoon, or those old fashioned like loose tea leaf holders, you can put them in there. Actually fucks, like it actually hits a little bit. It smells so gingery and garlic, but I swear by it. That shit cures me every time. Boosts my immune system crazy style. Thank you for the hit pets, by the way, Buck. I eat sushi ginger like it's candy from the jar. Yes. I've actually gotten really into wasabi. I need y'all to look at me in the eye when I say this. I know that's the whitest fucking thing a person could ever say. I've actually been getting into wasabi. Shut up, I know. But I used to hate wasabi. And I liked spicy things. Wasabi just wasn't appealing. But in the last 2 years, I've been like, oh, it's okay. And recently, I've fucked with wasabi crazy style. I love wasabi. It's actually very yummy. I put a little bit more of it every time. I feel like I still don't appreciate ginger as much, but I should, because I like ginger as well. I prefer Pokemon TCG over Magic. I cannot touch Pokemon TCG with a 10-foot pole, because I know I'm gonna get addicted, and it's so expensive as well. Less expensive than Magic, admittedly. I've kind of been scraping by on Magic, because I'm just borrowing Squeak's old cards. But, actually, well, you weren't here yet, but we just did our 100 follower celebration a few weeks ago, and I bought my first MTG deck. What the fuck was it called, Squeak? Do you remember? Like, Lorewin's something? And that was really fun. So I actually own my own cards now. And Squeak gifted me some cards for my birthday as well, using some of the cards from their old deck. So I've got my own green deck, which is very exciting. Never played Tabletop Sim. Oh, yeah, because that's a separate game, right? Like a emulator? I love stalling decks because I'm a horrible person. There's some kind of evil person for real. Could be down to try. I'm in Discordis's Discord. Dude, let me know how it goes. I could be down to try. And if, I know this is a long shot, but if anyone's into the My Little Pony TCG, please tell me. I need more people to play with, and I have a server for it. And I've got people in it who are from New Zealand and Australia, but more the merrier. Why sing me a song now? 150 million. I swear it was not that when I first joined. It is because people keep on wanting it, and I keep on raising the price. I'm gonna teach you how to test MTG for free. True. I'm sitting in the general call. True. Slay, guys, have fun, have fun. Have you seen Silent Library where they get wasabi squirted up their nose? I can't say I have. What is the context for that? Lorewyn Eclipsed, that's it. You should do a Pokemon TCG using Tabletop Sim or web browser simulators, which can give you all the cards. It'd be a good free way to enjoy it. True. Is it like very complicated? Like, MTG is kind of complicated. Like, not really, but they just have a billion words that mean stuff. Like, is Pokemon kind of similar? Wasabi isn't really spicy like chilies, though. Chili spice is a warming. Wasabi spice is a stinging. Yeah, that is also true. It's a very different vibe, so maybe that's true. Congratulations, thank you! Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's nice to have been streaming again. Which is also kind of the other reason I'm nervous about getting surgery, is I'm not going to be able to do, like, I've been talking non-stop for 3 hours. I'm not going to be able to do that for a while after surgery, so it's kind of scary putting in this effort of streaming more consistently and meeting people, and then kind of just having to put my channel on standstill for, like, quite some time. I don't know, it kind of just feels like I'm losing progress, even though I know that's not how it works. It's kind of like, damn, I had the steam going, and now it's like fully grounded to a halt for most of July. Or, like, I could stream, but then I'd be quiet, and I feel like that would be kind of boring for people, so I don't know. I haven't really figured out a solution yet, but we'll see. Somebody's like putting permanent markers up your nose. A little bit, it does clear it. Oh, I have those cards! Wait, from when I was a kid, the MLP TCG cards? Dude, the OG TCG from 2013 that Hasbro released? I only recently bought some cards secondhand. But did you know there's actually a new TCG, My Little Pony TCG out? It's by a brand called Caillou. They have a collector's card, and they've also got, like, the playable cards. So they've got 2 different series, but released by the same people. They're baller as fuck. The art is so cool. I mainly collect the collector's cards, which aren't playable, purely like art. But I've recently been buying the TCG cards, and I'm gonna do a big order for them at some point. They're really fun. Not crazy in depth yet, but I think that's just because I have the starter packs. They haven't brought any of the expansions to New Zealand yet, so I'll have to order them from overseas, but it's pretty cool. Also, yeah, the OG cards are so sick. I have a pack that was like, I think one of the older ones. But no one... It's hard to find people who play the modern TCG, like the one that's been released in the last few years. It's even harder to find anyone who plays the OG one, because you have to have the cards from like 12 years ago. It's a bit of a nightmare. Pokemon TCG is not complicated. I don't have half a brain to figure it out easily. Also, you have to remember that they make it for 6-year-olds enough to play, so it's simple. Okay, true. That's kind of good, because MTG kind of does melt my brain a little bit, even though I have a lot of fun. Oh man, that's rough. I get what you mean for sure. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be okay. Like, in my heart of hearts, it's not going to be the end of the world. But it's still a little disheartening, you know? Oh my god, again, man? Give me a sec, gang. Give me a sec, gang. I need to fix this. Hello? Any desk? Would you please work for me? I'm asking so nicely. There we go. I was a huge brony when I was like 11, so I remember getting those cards way back. Yeah, I'm so envious that they never sold them in New Zealand. I would have killed for one when I was that age. I had to take long breaks because I was almost losing my voice, and it was so frustrating losing momentum. Oh, true. Yeah, losing your voice is really rough. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the feeling of like losing steam, right? Like, what if people get bored, or if I try to do it, if it's like not very engaging, or like I just lose progress. Yeah. How long were you off to take care of your voice for? I have no memory of buying them. I just remember owning them. I also saw animated James in person at an MLP convention, which is super funny in retrospect of what happened to him all the years after. That is kind of crazy. Also, Slay, you went to a brony convention? Bruh. Again, New Zealand, too small, too far away. Benefits to living in a smaller country, but being connected to the rest of the world and like doing like fun stuff like that is not really one of them. The problem is not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or MTG. Oh, the problem is that it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or MTG. Pokemon cards are banned after a few years of rotation in order to keep the game balance fresh. True. So it's not necessarily worth to buy cards unless you actively participate in tournaments. I wouldn't feel too bad. Okay. Like 2 to 3 months again. I kept on trying to come back too early and getting reset again. Yeah. I'm very worried about that as well, because Heike, my surgeon, like did look me in the eyes and be like, yeah, and if you do it too much, nothing bad will happen to you, but it will just make your recovery last a little longer. Like if you eat something too chewy, if you talk too much, if you do anything to strain your jaw, like you're just not gonna it's just gonna take longer to recover. And I'm like, okay, so I really have to commit to being chill as fuck, which is not one of my strong suits. Because I want to do stuff and hang out with people and talk to people, like right now. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting few months. I've never had surgery before, so it's also going to be my first time doing that. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad that at the very least you've managed to recover now and are being able to stream. Yippee! Gosh, man. Spooky. Spooky. I'm thinking about surgery and it's spooking me. I gotta not psych myself right now. Silent Game is a game where 6 players sit at a table with cards set in front of them. These are randomized per turn. One card means they have to endure punishment of some kind. Usually humorous, but could be painful or gross. The goal is for them not to make a noise while enduring the punishment. They win or lose money if they are silent or make noise. The goal is to not make any noise, as they are in a library setting. True. It's a Japanese game show. Right. Man, Japanese game shows are all, like, cooked. Like, every time I see one, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's kind of awesome. I did go to one, but I was a kid and I remember being so embarrassed for being a dumb kid. All the other people were such cool adults. Which is hilarious because I knew they were adults at a con for a kids show. I shouldn't have been embarrassed at all. Nah, I think just being like a young person means that, you know, like, I think a teenager specifically, I think it's quite normal, unfortunately, to just feel embarrassed about anything. You could literally be doing the most normal human activity on the planet and somehow you'd feel embarrassed about it. I think kids are just, at that age, are kind of socially awkward and worried they don't fit in, you know? Sounds like the type of game where they play in a horror film before someone is possessed, legit. What's that Australian film with the hand? That type of shit. Yeah, it sounds difficult. I'm sure you'll be able to go through it, though, and come out stronger on the other side. Dude, my drill's gonna be able to bite through steel. And your voice is gonna be able to sing so high that it shatters glass. And we're gonna make the most cursed, like, face-related, superhero team. I was like 12, so I was even younger than a teen. Dude, almost high-key worse. The chemicals in, like, a 13-year-old's brain are something that should be considered toxic sludge, I think. And being 12 is, like, right before that, so I'm not sure if it's that much better. Like, high-key, I was not having a good time as a 12-year-old, you know? Yeah, being a teenager is feeling cringe for existing, legit. Like, I don't know, man. It's just some kind of frickin' chemical in your brain that is produced by being so anxious and just, like, learning how to be a human being. Sounds amazing. Dude, we gotta start recruiting. Bach will have to try find every, streamer that has, like, voice, jaw, face-related issues, and we're gonna make a crazy Voltron. Oh my gosh, I've just realized it's nearly 12. I've been streaming for like 3 hours. We didn't really get that much done, but we didn't get nothing done. I'm still pretty chuffed with it. And high key, I do be kind of getting a little bedtime. A little bit bedtime coded. Let's see if I can really quickly whip out the scars that she has, just so I've got them done. And does she have one on her face? She does. But yeah, I might pop to bed soon. Sorry, I just realized how late it was getting. I do hikey need to have a shower and such before I go to bed. But I'll be releasing my new stream schedule this week. Or, well, tonight, really. I'll be making it and then posting it tonight for this coming week. Yeah, my last few streams before big old surgery time. So hopefully we'll do something kind of fun. Maybe another community night. Don't know if any of y'all are particularly big friend slop game enjoyers, but we've had a lot of fun playing Peak with the I was gonna say with the class. You know what I mean, gang? With the group, with the chat. There you go. That's the word. Yeah, and maybe Lethal Company. We'll see. I get that. I look back at being 8 or 9 and smile, thinking, "Oh, what a cute innocent kid. He had so many ideas." But if I think of teenager me, I'm like, "Damn, someone's gotta kill that guy." Legit. My voice has been an ongoing issue for the last couple of years, and I'm still training my stamina, though through voice therapy, but it's definitely improved a ton. Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad that you've been able to, like, have access to that. Was that something... Actually, no, that's, like, I guess personal medical Christian is going to be like, what's, like, the system of going that through ACC? Girl, you do not need to talk about that in chat. It's chill. But yeah, I'm really glad. Yeah, especially when it's, like, an ongoing, like, issue, like especially like with anything health related. I know New Zealand can sometimes be a bit of a pain, even though we do have a pretty good medical system on like a global scale. So big huzzah to being able to get voice therapy. Yeah, they really went like, you don't need any therapy after the surgery. You just need to get good and not. I'm gonna have to change the way I yawn, by the way. I don't know how to do that. I'm like the unhinged person who yawns with big, wide open mouth. Like, I cover my mouth. But you know how cats yawn and they, like, show all their teeth? That's what I do. Which is very bad, because the guy looked at me in the eyes and was like, and you're gonna have to learn how to yawn. From now on, like, when you yawn, just put your hand under your jaw to, like, remind yourself not to do a big yawn. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, you can't do a big yawn because you'll overextend your jaw. And I was like, oh. But it's like changing the way you sneeze, you know what I mean? Like, technically it's a changeable thing. But it's just not a thing that you ever think about, you know what I mean? Like, it's so automatic, so I'm gonna kind of have to untrain myself to yawn big, which will be interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna have it in me, but hopefully I'll get used to it before I, commit too much damage to myself. Like, I had to relearn how to breathe. Oh, true, and talk. Was the breathing thing like related to like your, what's it called, your diaphragm? Like the way that your lungs extend? I remember I had a partner who apparently was breathing wrong, and they had constant like chest issues, and then the doctor went, "Girl, you're not breathing right." And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're breathing like weird, like relearn how to breathe." And that was so crazy, like the fact that like human beings can just not breathe correctly, kind of crazy work. Yeah, pretty much true. Damn, you're actually fucking goated, drug. Like doing that and then going into streaming is slay. And yeah, that's crazy work. No one teaches you how to breathe, right? No one teaches you how to breathe. You just sort of start breathing, and if you do it wrong, I think it's also one of those things that are so natural and so like unthought about that like people don't normally notice if someone else is breathing wrong. Like you actually legit have to go to a medical professional for them to notice, which means that you can go your whole life breathing wrong. It's just so bizarre. It's like blinking wrong, you know? Like, damn, we really managed to do that as a species. It's kind of funny. In a, I guess, sort of separated way. Less funny when you have to deal with it. But yeah, very silly, very silly. Warm Master. Whoa, I like your little fish. Fisher. That's so cute. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, legit. Or just like, I don't know, I'm trying to think like walking properly. I had to learn how to walk better. I used to like walk, you know how normally, I mean, I guess you especially would get this, but you know, like when you're walking, like, sorry, I said you would especially get this, and I gave no context. As an artist, and maybe someone who watches animations, you know, the follow through of motion. Heel first, and then you end on your toe, right? There's like a lot of motion there. I used to walk flat, like I just stomped my feet flat, and they had to be like, "Girl, you're walking wrong." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You just don't walk like that." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." So I had to relearn kind of how to step. Like I could walk, so I don't say relearn how to walk, but I guess like how to step properly. It was so I'd always be really loud and go bap 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 everywhere I went until I was like 8. You know what that means, fish? Eyebrow raise. Hey, I'm new here. What are we doing? Also, wonderful feline art. Yo, welcome in. I'm currently making or remaking a reference sheet for one of my Warrior Cat OCs for, Artfight. Don't know if you've heard of it. It's like a monthly, not monthly, sorry, once a year for a month. It's like a giant art trading game. Oh my god, wait. Lixa, dude, are you doing Artfight? And if so, what team are you on? Also, how's the stream? My stream's been going pretty good. We've been going for a few hours. It's getting a little late for me, so I might wrap up in a bit, but I'm just kind of finishing some of the shapes, I guess. I'm not entirely satisfied with how it's turned out yet, so I'm just trying to rework it before I finish up. But yeah, how's your day been? What have you been up to? Tell me all about it. Someone sent me an all beef cookbook. Why does everyone want to eat me? Bruh, that's crazy. That's like a death threat. Microaggression against cow furries. What the hell? Macroaggressions. Your walk gives away the accent. Yeah. The again, it's always the A's that trip me up, and then the L, I guess the walk. Apparently I can't say mate very well. That's a very typical like New Zealand Aussie expression, like, oh, you know, mate. They say it like that a bit. Not really, but mate. And so sometimes I'll say mate, and I'll be like, oh, hey, mate. And people are like, oh, you're saying it weird. I'm like, what does that even mean? I'm sorry, I'm not Kiwi Chad bro enough for you, man. Fuck, I guess. Also, oh damn, yeah, silly kid didn't learn how to use her legs right. We got there though they're still a bit silly. I'm also back. My internet went out, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you got it back though. What happened? Like a power cut or just like a breaker box or something like that? Oh neat. It's my 3rd year on Artfight. Oh slay! What team did you choose? I don't know about it. What is it? Oh my god, yo, Lexa, you should join. It's basically It's basically a big art trading event. So the way it works is that everyone's in a team. Say you're on one team and I'm on the other, and I attack you by drawing your OC. And when I draw your OC, there's like a way to categorize it, and it gets my team a bunch of points. And then you can either attack me back, which is called a revenge, by drawing my OC, or you could attack someone else. You can also attack people on the same team. It's called friendly fire, and you still get points for your team, but like less than what you would get if you attacked someone on a different team. Basically, it's a month-long like drawing event where you just draw fan art for other people. And the team gimmick, like, there's no prize. It's kind of just for like bragging rights, right? Like, oh, I was on Team Werewolf and we won this year. But it's pretty cute. There's like a few rules in regards to like the sort of stuff you can draw, like no NSFW, obviously. It's like a, I think it's like a 13 plus event or something, or like a 16 plus. And then there's different ways that they can categorize the art. So for example, a sketch versus a fully shaded piece, or a black and white sketch or an uncolored sketch versus a colored one, or full body versus headshot. But it's pretty cute. Oh my gosh, pardon me. My bad. I did a cough. I did a little cough. My bad. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. I always know that it's very a bit audio, what's it called? It sucks when loud noise happens in microphones, so I apologize if that startled anyone. Also, thank you for the hit pads. Much appreciated. Oh my god, wait. Sorry, we have a raid? Girl, I didn't even notice. Hello! Coffee, hi! Hi, how's it going? Binky! Hello, how's it going, gang? Oh my gosh. How's it freaking going? Olive Tree, hi! Karia the artist, hello! Coffee, hi! Gang, how's it going? How was your stream? Hi, Discordess, hi, Binky! How's it freaking going? Sorry, I've said that like 3 times. Thank you for the hydrate. I've got a very cold tea that I made 3 hours ago, so I'll take a sip of that. How's it going, gang? How's it going? What was your stream? What happened? What were you up to? Tell me all about it. Also, hi to the new people. My name's Discordess. I make silly art. Currently prepping a ref sheet for Artfight. And when I'm not doing art, I play roguelites and friend swap games with my friends. And my community server. And Tomodachi Life! I've been getting really into Tomodachi Life, which has been really fun. You know, the completely legal PC version, you know, wink. I cannot afford a Switch or $100 for this game. Apologies. Stream was very unproductive. Oh, true? Okay, well, maybe a better question is, what was the stream? What was meant to happen in the stream? Did you have anything planned? Artfight. Yes, Artfight. Dude, yeah, any of the new people doing Artfight? Wait, can I upload a character if they're naked? Yes, I believe. Artistic nudity is okay. You cannot have genitals, I believe. But, like, breasts should be alright. You'd have to double check. They do update the rules every year to include more specifics or, like, clarify things. But you can check out the information on their website. But I have an OC that has a reference where she's naked because she's covered in tattoos. So I did, like, a body map. But you can't see her genitals, but you can see her breasts. So that was okay. You'll just have to double check. Making OC for Artfight was our stream. Oh, that's so sick. True. What was the OC? Just recheck your Artfight page and actually adore Glades. Thank you. Yeah, I love them so much. They're one of my babies. They're one of my silly guys. Was doing some Artfight prep by designing a new OC 10 days before Artfight. Again, so fucking real. Not me being like, yeah, this character whose ref sheet is fine, it's just kind of messy, and then going, you know what? Maybe I will just make them a new ref sheet. And then we also were a little bit unproductive. I didn't do shit because I kept on yapping to my fucking, I kept on yapping to chat, which is my bad. Everyone here is just such a delight to talk to, what can I say? I sound like a teacher, you know, like, yes, this chat was a pleasure to have in class. But it's true. It was fun hanging out with everybody, and I had a really good time, so I'm not complaining. It's my 2nd year doing Artfight. Oh, slay! Yeah, sorry, did I say this already? Dude, what's everyone's frickin', what's everyone's teams? They have their badge out, so I guess not. I mean, mine technically just had like hair covering it, so it wasn't like explicit. Again, definitely check. There might be some rules like it can be genitals but they cannot be erect or like exposed or like doing anything sexual. You would have to check. I cannot say. I have not actually read the new updated rules. It is my third. If you have balls out, Coffee will snip them. True. Damn, bro. Mandatory bull snipping time. For real, I feel like Artfight stream just brings out the yabs. Oh, I'm Team Mystery this year. Oh, slay! I couldn't decide, so my friends chose Tragedy for me, which is slay because I love blue and I love yellow and I like red. So honestly, I was pretty spoiled for choice, if I'm being so for real. But yeah, we ended up with Team Tragedy, which is nice because my old Artfight profile picture, which I actually made for when I was on Team Werewolves, is still blue toned, so it actually worked out quite well. We're kind of blue themed this year. But yeah, tell me more about the new OC. Any particular species or character type or story, or just like pure vibes? Like, yeah, this guy's cool looking, and that's kind of the shtick. I need to like, it's really hard to make a character muscly when they're also meant to be fluffy, because it just makes them look really disproportionate, and I'm like, no, I swear that there's also fluff, but also I need to show off the muscles a bit to make sure that they're like, they look stocky. I don't know, man, it's a difficult world out there. But we bowl. I'm Team Comedy, slay! You really just said that you like CMYK. My bad, my bad. God forbid a girl likes a little bit of color. I guess you're gonna have to arrest me. To be fair, if I had to choose, I think yellow and blue are highest. But yeah, it was really fun having the 3 teams this year because of the, what was it, 10-year anniversary for the website or whatever. Did you guys watch the, revealing animation? For a minute, I really got clocked into being like, wait, are we doing Sun and Moon? And then I had to be like, no. No, we've done Sun and Moon already. That one happened already, girl. You gotta lock in and remember. Team Comedy, bangin'. Found the person who did my Sonar riff on Artfight just now. Cute! Oh, that's actually so slay. I love it when you find, like, when you're looking around on art sites and then you're like, oh my god, I know this person, they did a thing for me. Or I commissioned them, or, you know, something like that. My OC is kind of a goat lady with some rose thorn theming. I literally just drew an arm and a leg this stream. Damn, is that what it cost you, bro? That's kind of baller, though. I think there's sort of an irony that, like, an event that has a time pressure before, you know, you start to, like, get all your stuff prepared, and it really just becomes the yappiest thing you've ever done in your life, and you're like, well, I guess I would have been more productive if I hadn't streamed, but I wouldn't have had nearly as much fun, so I guess I can't be too mad about it. My son is a Mary Sue mouse with a bunch of star and space scene stuff on him. That's so cute, though! What the frick? That's actually so sweet. I love stars. And also, I don't think I said this before, but rose thorn theming is sick as fuck. Like, when you say that, do you mean kind of the visual, like the spikiness of it, or also kind of like the colors of like roses and that sort of like flora vibe? Frickin'. Let me. Sorry, I just grabbed my pencil, which I sort of dropped off on the ground. My bad. Literally, I'm most talkative when I got a deadline. Legit! It's like, yeah, I go, okay, I'm usually struggle to motivate myself to do art when I'm by myself, so I'll stream to stay motivated. And then I do everything but, but draw. Like, I mean, I've been drawing for 3.5 hours. And this is kind of what we got, and I'm still not very happy with it. And I keep not, like, changing it because I keep going, I'll fix it in a second, and then I don't do that. My bad, gang, my bad. Also, the legs are wonky. To be fair, this was just meant to be the sketch. I didn't really get far enough to do much else. Oh, right, the bot doing a little silly thingy. Also, Coffee, I forget, are you on the Oceania side of the world? Are you New Zealand, Australia? I feel like I recall that vaguely, but maybe I just got it mixed up. Also, I'm so sorry, I forgot to say, but Heike, freaking, yeah, if you need to go get a snack or some dinner, please go do that. I'm from New Zealand? Yes. Also, yeah, just generally New Zealand gang, how does everyone feel? That today was like the shortest day of the year or something, right? Are we ready for the days to actually get longer? I've already said this to my chat before, but I actually am so ready for it. Don't get me wrong, gang, I do love winter. I am a little bit tired of walking around and being like, holy shit, is it 8 p.m? And then it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it sucks so bad. It just makes me feel like I don't have anything to do. Now Tragedy was gonna do comedy because I like orange and funny stuff, but I figured Tragedy was more of a Ryan Gosling, literally me coded. Yeah. Well, I was kind of leaning more towards comedy because recently, like my branding, like I made business cards because I do art conventions and stuff, and like art markets and conventions, and my business cards are yellow. But it kind of ended up working when my friends chose Tragedy for me because of my Artfight profile. And I was like, you know what? Slay. We can have a little bit of blue in our life. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Frickin', yeah, I'm gonna do my best. Raiders, you weren't here for the conversation where I said I literally have jaw surgery in like a few days. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting to see, it's gonna be interesting to freaking see how I manage to do stream stuff during all that. We're just gonna have to try our best and be so brave about it, because I'm not gonna be able to talk very well. But good news is, I should still be able to draw a shit ton, because my hands are still gonna be working. So I'm hoping to pump out a bunch of Artfight stuff. I think that could be really fun. A good way of passing the time, you know? Have you seen Obsession? It feels like a modern Greek tragedy film. Very cool. I haven't, but I've actually heard lots of people talk about it recently. What's it about? Me and Squeak are shaking in our boots. There's 2 scary people that appeared. What do you mean there's 2 scary people that appeared? Eh? Appeared where? In your game? I was cooking, but I came here with, Keegs, yippee, fellow Artfight attendee, yo, infinite space foxes. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you attend your cooking, don't burn your food on my behalf. But Slayer, I assume then you're attending as well? What team are you on? I love asking people this. What team? What team? What are your characters? What do people draw? It's just a monkey's paw movie. Guy wishes a girl loves him more than anyone else in the world and hijinks ensue. It made me very sick. The whole film actually ruined my day. Felt like actual art. True. Dude, I feel like the best art makes you feel that way, and I fear that I'm almost too mentally ill. I feel like I'm actually gonna get absolutely emotionally wrecked. But it also sounds fantastic. Is it in cinemas right now, or is one of those streaming movies? Also, gang, have any of y'all watched The Backrooms? We cannot talk about, if anyone here hasn't watched it yet and doesn't want spoilers, say it in chat now. I'm okay to not talk about it. But I watched The Backrooms the other day, and I was expecting not to like it. I was expecting to think, this is shit. The Minecraft movie I thought was shit. I thought it was pretty bad and pretty lazy, and even though there were some parts that were like, okay, it was kind of whatever, and also kind of sexist. I didn't like that they sent the only two female characters off screen for 10 minutes. They were literally like, oh, well, they're on a minecart and they're going somewhere else. And I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Why do you mean you sent them off? Why did you do that? Whatever. Minecraft movie I thought was mid. Then there was Five Nights at Freddy's, which I thought everyone was having a lot of fun. And, like, I still enjoyed it. It was better than I thought it would be, but it felt very much like this is just an okay movie. Like, there's nothing crazy special about this. Backrooms? I actually kind of liked. I haven't seen it. I shan't spoil it then. It's very much more of a vibes-based movie, but, like, the set is stunning. Like, actually, the set and the props and the sound and shit was actually really good. Like, it's not a masterpiece, right? Like, it's not like, oh, this is one of the best films of the year. But honestly, I am recommending it to people. I thought it was quite fun. And I liked the vibes. and I thought it was done nicely. I would recommend it. It's okay, food done, slay. I'm on Tragedy this year, fellow Tragedy team, let's go! I'm super excited. I have a few new OCs this time around, like Star Wars, D&D, Resident Evil, etc. But super excited. Oh, slay! D&D characters from a campaign, or just D&D themed characters? No, I get that. It reminded me of my BPD a lot, which is why I think it fucked with me. Yeah, I'm a big like, oh my god, no. The art that's really good is reflecting a thing I have, and now I'm gonna feel things about it all day. That means it's good though. Art is meant to disturb. That's okay. Also, sorry for the raid and run, but I gotta feed my cats and then go to bed. Have a good rest of stream. Girl, it's not raid and run. You hung around. It's chill. Please go eat. Go feed your kitties. Sorry. Go feed your kitties and then go sleep. Also, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. And it was really nice. It was really nice seeing you. Hope to catch you around more often. I'm gonna have to pop into one of your streams one of these days. Now that I'm not gonna be doing too much, I think I'm gonna be on Twitch a lot. So, expect to see me around. Hi, Key. But yeah, sleep well, sleep well. Also, thank you for the follow, Infinite Space Foxes. Much appreciated. Minecraft movie was worse than Myth. I really disliked it. Nothing felt good about it. I never really laughed. It looked bad. The acting sucked. I don't think I saw anything redeeming about it. Not even in a snooty way. I can like bad stuff. I like Fox and the Hound too. It was just bad. Holy shit, bro. Fox and the Hound 2 Enjoyer. I had that shit on VHS and DVD. And because... Oh my god. Sorry, gang. AnyDisc has been doing this all stream for some reason. Let me just restart it. But yeah, I didn't even used to know that there was a Fox and the Hound 1 when I was a kid. When people talked about Fox and the Hound, I thought that's what they were talking about. Yeah, it's not very good, but it is close to my heart. Yeah, it, like, was a technically fine film. It just felt so soulless to me. It didn't feel, like, it felt like something very much done because, like, oh my god, wait, the kids like Minecraft. And it's getting a sequel. And on one hand, as someone who studied theater and film and is a set designer and a prop, designer by trade. I say that as if I have a job. I've been unemployed since graduation. But, since, like, I studied that. On one hand, people are like, are you going to work on Minecraft? And I'm like, I probably would, because I think it'd be a good experience. Unfortunately, I don't have a full driver's license, so I can't actually work on it. But on the other hand, it pisses me off that there even is a number 2. I really didn't care enough about it, and I don't think it brought enough. And I thought the story was... a little bit kind of whatever. I don't know. Not the best thing on the planet. Technically fine. People worked on it. Doesn't mean it's great though. No shame if you do like it though. Just really wasn't my cup of tea. From a couple of campaigns now, there's a few scattered around like my half-elves and so forth. I finally got to update my Sona's page, so yippee! Oh slay! Yeah, I didn't technically make a new OC, but I did make a new reference sheet for my Sona. I made my pony Sona, because I used to have a pony Sona, which I love to draw, and last art stream I thought it'd be funny to draw my pony Sona, and then I was like, you know what? Heike, I have a lot of people I know who draw ponies, more than furries, so I should have another pony character on there. So that was pretty fun. Thank you again for the follow, by the way. I had a crush on Dixie from Fox and the Hound too, and I think that did something to me. Yeah, she was such a diva, actually. She was actually such a fucking diva. I should rewatch Fox and the Hound too. That shit was actually kind of baller, even though it was a little crazy. Like, having watched Fox and the Hound 1, I'm like, oh, and this is why people say it's shit. Because this has nothing to do with anything. But as a standalone, it's kind of silly and funny. I'm gonna head to sleep too, but have a great rest of stream and best luck with your surgery when it happens. Thank you so much for coming to raid, and thank you for chatting. It was really nice hanging out. And I hope to catch some of your streams soon. I'm not sure if you already left or not, but girl, sleep well. Have a splendid start of your week. Yeah. Good night. Sleep well. So Minecraft movie was filmed here in my home country, New Zealand rep. Wait, Infinite! You're a New Zealand gang as well? Hi! Also New Zealand. Also New Zealand. We're full of New Zealanders and Australians today. Wait, you're also from NZ. I'm so dumb. I like how not only, so you realized late, but then because I'm so behind on chat, I realized a third time late. So it's cool. We're chill. We're both here. Why is the entire population New Zealand here? For real. Shamefully waves and fellow Kiwi being. Can't read apparently. OMG, it do be midnight though, for real. Yeah, actually crazy style late, which is why I was like, I'm gonna wrap up. And then I got raided twice, and I was like, never mind, gang, we're staying up a little longer. It's good, we vibe, yes! Kiwi gang, Kiwi and kangaroo gang. The double Ks. We're friends. We're besties. Not international. National neighbors and international neighbors. We can have a bit of both. Frickin' Fox and the Hound 2 watch together event on Discord when I actually really would love the idea of doing a movie night. I think it'd be fun to stream it, but copyright seems kind of harsh, so maybe on Discord it could be fun to I don't know, like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yes, I would love to do movie nights. I really love doing movie nights. I do some with my friends online, because we all moved to different cities in New Zealand. Shout out. But it did make our in-person movie nights unfeasible, so we've moved to, online, and oh my god, I was so happy the week that just happened. The theme, we basically get a film a week each. So every 3 weeks it's a new film, basically. The theme we got was stellar animation, and holy fuck, bro. That was such a good theme. We got to watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Spider-Man, and then I nominated Bambi, which I hadn't watched in ages, but I remember being very pretty. Bambi, kind of a whatever film, story-wise, but holy shit, the soundtrack and the visuals are gorgeous. Holy. So I had a very tasty animation week. Is it weird that all your chatters can just walk over? Literally, I think about that. Like half, okay, we ain't doxing people, high-key, but like, statistically you guys are probably in the North Island and probably in one or of the 2 bigger cities, right? I'm just saying, I frequent those cities often. Like, that's crazy to think. And you know, I'm sure a few of you know Bach. Oh wait, dude, bro is right here. We met IRL. I was selling at Overload, and we met in person, and that's how they found my channel. Like, I can know people here. It's kind of weird, but really cool. I don't know. It's like, whoa, not only is it community, but it's community that's theoretically like really close by. It's kind of cool. Also, I'm gonna do a quick cough. Let me just mute myself real quick. Oh. The reason I said oh just then is because I muted accidentally everything else except for my audio, and I was trying to like not cough because I know it's so annoying. My bad again. I'm watching another Kiwi artist. If you want to target raid, yeah, check them in, bro. I'll do that. Bambi's a whatever movie, motherfuckers, when they hear the theme of man. No, Bambi's a whatever movie when it comes to the story, because it is kind of the snapshot of a deer growing, which is very cute and lovely, but it doesn't leave as much of an oomph, but it is gorgeous, and the soundtrack is baller. I still really enjoyed it. Pardon me. To be honest, I met Coffee at a con by chance. They found both Binky and Coffee at cons again. I'm a cosplayer of 13 years, true, and I went to the South Island to the North Island 3 years ago. Slay, North Island gang. Yeah, I met Binky, I think, over Twitch first, but I've known of them from the con space for years. I remember, I think they went to Overload the first year I ever, like, conned there, because I found their sticker, like a sticker that was one of their emotes, and I remember thinking that was cute, and then I learned that it was from them. But yeah. You should watch Goodfellas and Casino. Both are really good films. True. What are they about? Yeah, this is when it hits me that I might have met everyone before and don't remember. Dude, high key New Zealand. Okay, I love it. It's really nice knowing anyone. Way too small, dog. I keep meeting people and then being like, oh, I saw you at this event 5 years ago. And I'm like, hello? Really? Okay, slay. I mean, I'm glad you remember me, but like, what the fuck? It's just very funny. It's a very small place, huh? Weeble. Inca Blinky. Oh, true. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'll wrap up. Probably on the sooner side. Maybe we'll say 25 past. Just gives me a chance to save everything and finish reading chat. I'll be attending Overload for the first time this year. Dude, come and say hi. I'm gonna be vending there. It's at the it's no longer at the Cloud. It's in like, what's it called? Like Sky City or nearby that? So it's gonna be really interesting to see. But we shall find out. I'm kind of excited to see how it goes, because apparently this venue has way more capacity. So we shall see. But I was very lucky to get in, because they've finally made the applications like a lottery. So it's pure chance now if you get in, which makes sense. It's a very big venue. a very big con. Not a very big con. It's not Armageddon, but it's a big con now. So it makes sense to start doing like lottery systems. Gangsters and the American Mafia. Ooh, true. We do have a little bit of gangster mafia movies. Surreal, yes. There was someone that apparently a friend of mine met at uni in Auckland, and they were talking about cosplay and stuff. So happened to bring me up, and apparently this other person also knew me through the cosplay scene, and I still, to this day, don't remember who it was, and I feel so guilty. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, don't feel guilty, because chances are, you'll meet them again. That's just New Zealand, baby. Yeah, I, one time, made a fursuit headbase for one person. Like, a kid. And I thought nothing of it. It was just a foam base. I made like $100. I was still learning. I was very young. When I went to one of the Armageddons, I think it was the Wellington one. I don't know. I've traveled to a few. I went on the stage in fursuit with a few other furries, and a random kid with a mask came up to me and went, "Oh my god, wait, I bought a fursuit from you." And I thought, I've never made a fursuit for somebody. What the fuck are they talking about? Did they confuse me with someone? And they're like, no. When I was little, you made me a fursuit head base, and we met on Instagram. And I was like, holy shit. This is the kid I made a fursuit head base when I was kind of still a kid. That's crazy. They recognized my fursuit and came up to greet me. And I was like, holy shit. Way too small of a country. Really touching, though. Like, I wish I'd, like, talked to them more. I think we were both feeling a little awkward and a bit shy. Which is a bit of a shame. I would have loved to speak to them more and, like, figured out what they've been up to. Like, I don't know. Like, even though we weren't friends or anything, we were just, like, customer and well, that feels a bit too much of a word, because, again, we were both children, but, like, you know, like, this random connection with a person you haven't thought or spoken about in years. It would have been so cool to talk. I don't know. But yeah, it happens. New Zealand, too small. I like anonymity, and I feel like, and if everyone in my country knew me, I think I'd off myself. It is a little scary, I'm gonna be honest. And also, like, it's not like everyone, like, Crocs, like, we're saying this, but, like, high-key, we're still a country of 5 million. I know that's not huge. It's, like, one big city, but, like, it does mean that you don't actually know everyone. But it means that, like, if you live in one of the bigger cities, like, well, just any of them, really, like, you're more likely to run into people, especially if you run in the same circles, right? Artist, queer, you know, fucking whatever else, cosplayer, you're more likely to. But yeah, no, it is a little bizarre for sure. I do kind of like the idea of maybe a bigger city one day where, like, you're kind of not traceable, but also it's kind of like, it feels like it must be lonelier in a way. I don't know. This is pros and cons, I guess. Imagine all of this, but in your hometown. Everyone coming into the store you're working at. Everyone knows your family, and that's how they know you, and you don't know who they are, but they keep coming to visit. Yeah, basically. Small town New Zealand is worse. Like, for real. You'll have people be like, "Oh, you're XYZ's, like, kid." And I'm like, "Do I know you?" And they're like, "Yeah, I met you when you were, like, 5. And I'm like, "Okay, man. Slay." Like, yeah, I go to your mom's, like, I don't know, choir. And I'm like, "Alright, bestie, I don't know who you are, but slay." However, you do get the Nepo, like, the normal person Nepo benefits, where sometimes you'll go somewhere and they'll be like, "Hey, you're XYZ's kid. How are they doing?" And they'll give you a coffee for, like, half price, and you're like, slay. It's like mates rates, but, like, for your mom and your dad. Normal person nepotism is how I call it, but it is a little funny. You never truly know everyone, yeah. See, that's less weird to me, because that's a real thing, but my online identity is freaky as hell. That is valid. But to be fair, that's fair. I remember the first time someone recognized me for the cosplay Insta, and it really threw me off, because I was like, huh? Yeah, that's what I mean, like, Crocs, Taiki, like, normal people, I say normal, you know what I mean, gang? Like, it's because as an artist, I have, like, a thing that I'm pushing, like, this is my brand, I'm selling art at conventions, or I'm cosplaying, and I'm a public-facing figure. No one's ever come up to me being like, "Oh, you're XYZ," and it's like, my regular account? That part doesn't happen as much. This is a very artist, furry cosplayer crowd, I think. But yeah, no, imagine if someone streamer learns the benefits of community. Hey man, my bad. I'm a bit of a hermit. It's still kind of growing on me. Dog, I'm playing MTG. How's it going? We had a nice one-on-one, but then we got crashed by sweats. Like, people crashed your game? That's fair. I remember the ba-da-da. We're gonna wear a shirt with Bach on it to cons. On a quest to meet all the Aussies in Modford. You should! That's actually so funny. Be like, I'd probably know you on a shirt. Most furries I meet on Telegram, I'm like, hey, let's share dick pics, and the idea of seeing those people IRL on the regular is very cursed to me. Girl, you're like on the grinder side of Telegram. Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, I feel like that would be really cooked, honestly. There's some parts of the internet that you're on that you don't share with other people, and it would be fucked to see that IRL. You know what? I've never actually been a person to do one night stands, but I always remember being confused when people would see like a hookup they had and then be like, we have to go to the other side of the street. I've never thought of it in the context of like, this is a person you've shared dick pics with once. That makes so much sense. I always thought, man, if you're like consensually agreed to have sex with a person, why are you feeling awkward about it? But no, from like a dick pic online point of view, that actually makes so much more sense. I would also fucking hate that if I saw somebody like I knew in that context just on the street and they were still kind of a random, like not really a friend or something. That would probably get to me. Freaking yeah. But yeah, maybe I should start. The thing is that makes me a little bad at like, I guess I don't know, socializing community thing is like I genuinely have memory problems. I'm very bad at remembering faces and names. Like I'm actually not like, oh, I'm so bad, haha. Like actually to the point it's been pointed out to me as an issue and to the point where it's detrimental to like connections that I make. And so it's really rough for me to try and like I think that's why it is sometimes easier to meet people via like Artist Alley because I don't recognize them, but I recognize the poster they designed, and that makes me go, "Oh, like I don't remember your name, but I know you. Like I've spoken to like before because we talked about this poster." Or like really specific usernames like I don't know, like the elephant in the room. Like that's so iconic. I can always remember that. Otherwise, it takes me a very long, constant time. Like, Bach, I remember heaps because bro's been in my chat since like day one. Well, not really day one, but almost day one, I think. A very long time to say the least. So you're familiar now, but it definitely would have taken me a while. To be fair, I think you had the benefit that you were one of my only consistent people for a while. So when you only have one person to talk to, it's very easy to keep your attention on them. But like, I'm always so nervous when new people come into my chat because I'm like, man, I hope no one thinks like I'm a fucking asshole if they come in next time and I forget about stuff. Um, but I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Um, um, I have really bad short-term memory, but normal long-term memory. Yeah, legit. To be fair, that's on me for mostly obliging. Hey man, fair enough. Ain't no shame in it. I have really bad short-term memory, but normal long-term memory. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I mean, I don't even have that great of a long-term memory, and the thing is, when you have bad short-term memory, it makes the long-term memory worse, like, the older you get. But I have terrible memory. Like, it's actually legitimately a problem, and I don't know what I'm meant to do about it. Because even if I went to, like, a psychiatrist and went, I have memory problems, and they go, yeah. Like, what the fuck? You can't cure that, can you? I don't fucking know. Like, I actually don't know if that's an issue. Hey, you're still streaming. I'm back. Welcome back, dog. How you doing? I am probably gonna wrap up soon. It's getting to 12:30, but yeah, we've just been yappage time. Me forgetting to talk to you for a day after a single day, you lose all the memory of our interactions would be a funny bit. I have a bad short-term memory. Haha, true. Immediately rereads it. I cannot tell if it was a bit. Can I be honest? And I'm not joking when I say this. I don't actually remember if it was a bit or if I was just rereading it twice. I swear it's not normally that bad. I think genuinely I'm just reading a lot of text. For some reason, everyone in chat talking has a green username for me. So I'm just like going over everything again. My bad. Update on the sweats. We put out dicks in a cannon and fired it across the table, flipping it. You can do that? I'm doing good. Been rewatching What We Do in the Shadows. Slay! Fun little film. It was great. I made it green because Crocs. Whoa, true. You're making everything Crocky themed. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, high-key, I'm very good at remembering moments, and I'm very good at remembering, like, art. and sometimes like really specific usernames. So if you came back in here and were like, want to play a cheeky game with us for an art break, I could be tempted, but I don't have a deck or anything like in the game, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't really know how it works. Though Heike, it probably is wrapping up time for art. It is 12:30, and I do very desperately need a shower because I stink like crazy style. Which is not very fun. I don't like being able to feel sweaty. You know, it's kind of eh. It's okay. We can you a precon. Okay, slay. Maybe a green. I like me a green. I should shower in the morning. Yeah. The thing is, I really struggle to shower in the morning because then I feel like wet, like soggy, and I don't like that. And I don't want it to be the first thing. But sometimes if I wake up and I'm really sweaty, I'll do it. But I usually shower in the evening specifically because I know if I went to bed feeling like this, I'd lose it. Like you're lying in bed and then you just can't fall asleep, which is why I end up showering in the afternoon or evening usually. You have to use a towel, man. I do use a towel. It's like, but if you don't fully, you know, sometimes like you pat yourself dry so you're not like wet, but you still feel a bit like micro moisture. I don't know, girl. Chalk it up to some sort of fucking sensory issue, man. But like, I have to be kinda mostly dry. Which is usually fine, but then sometimes if it's winter and you're cold and you just stay wet, like slightly damp, nightmare. And they're turning off the power at 8:30. Why are they turning off the power at 8:30? Like, is this like for a chick or something? I hope you, like, can you wake up earlier or maybe do it afterwards? Also, I forgot the name of the person that you recommended for the raid, by the way. Would you mind chucking them back? Oh, no, never mind. I scrolled up and found it. Let's see what kind of stuff they're up to. Let me just open them on a new chat in the meantime. How cute. What the fuck are they watching? Yogurt male affirmations. This shit is awesome. Okay, well, we'll raid them into them for a bit in a second. 8:30 to 4:30 for like 4 streets. What the fuck? Why for so long? That's insane. Really? Is there a specific green play type you enjoy? I can leave an Arcdict link with Speak to have whenever you both play. I don't know. I think Squeak can probably tell you because the green deck I played is one that they made for me, like as a birthday gift. It was very much a. I think this is just a green archetype though. It's the get lots of mana, make big creature. So you know what? I'm happy to play anything. It's probably good for me to experiment actually. So you know what? High key, I could probably play any deck. Making a VTuber movie for Creature Kismet. Oh, cute. Watching random videos right now. Yeah, I liked checking in on them, and then it was the Yogurt Male Affirmations ASMR. That's fantastic. Upgrade stuff. We've had a whole phase drop out like twice a year. Shit, man, that sucks. So probably replace whatever is causing the problems. Do you have like a gym membership or something? Like, you can use the showers there, or like maybe at work, or like a mate's house or something. Yeah, otherwise just waking up early sucks so bad, like to have a shower. Like, it sucks to have a shower when you're on a time limit. Like, what if you got shampoo in your hair and the water cuts out? That would suck dick. But yeah. Anyway, gang, holy bro, I want to keep talking, but high-key, it is getting late. Tomorrow is Monday. I should probably start heading to bed. But fuck, gang, can I just say, it was actually such a splendid stream. I nearly didn't stream today, because I've been feeling a little out of it for the last few days. I'm feeling a little bit stressed about stuff that's going to be happening soon. Feeling a little tired. I had a market yesterday, so I was pretty tired, so I nearly didn't stream. I'm genuinely very glad I did. I've had a fantastic time. Met so many lovely people. Thank you everyone who came in. It was actually really nice meeting you all. Yeah, I don't know, just a very splendid, cutesy, lovely little time. So thank you all. I will wrap up. I'd love to keep yapping, but I will wrap up. Pet, thank you. I'll be posting my schedule tonight, or you know, in an hour or two. Hopefully in an hour. I don't want to stay up for another 2 hours. But I'll be posting that in my Discord, so if any of y'all are interested, by all means, pop in there. I'll be posting it. Yeah, and that'll be all my information for next week. Until then, can you believe British people don't pronounce the C in schedule? True. Girl, I feel like you're trying to trip me up right now. It's like, can you believe how hard it is to say rough twice? Eyebrow raise. Anyway. I keep procrastinating it. I should go to bed. Oh? Wait, did I get you? If I did, that would be swag. It's the first time it's ever worked on someone. My bad, gang. My bad. Peepo said, no! I'm sorry. Head pats. Head pat gently. My apologies, gang. I couldn't resist. It was a little funny though. Like a little tiny teensy bit. But you have my apologies also. Anyway, as I said, I keep procrastinating. The time keeps ticking. But I just missed that what happened. Oh, Splashes. Did you know how hard it is to say rough twice? And hey, maybe with any luck we can get them too. Anyway, gang. I am gonna be rating Ika Blinky. Thanks to the suggestion of Bach. They are currently talking. They're listening to some crazy freaking ASMR, but they're then making a VTuber model. So I hope you'll all join me for that. It'd be cool to meet them. Yeah. Thank you all so much again for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll join me. They seem very cool. Fellow New Zealand streamer apparently. If I recall correctly. Or Australian. But yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely morning, lunch, afternoon, evening. Hope whatever happens in your next few days is pretty swag. And I'll see you all in the next stream. We'll definitely have a couple Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of vibe. Discord if you want to see the schedule.